I love skate punk.
Yeah.
But it's too soft. Like, dude, I understand we got older and you're bored, but like, there's a whole generation right now that needs to hear some angry, fast skate punk. It's all fun and loves and hugs and muffins and lollipops and butterfly kisses, and that's what Jesus says.
Yeah.
It's like, no, dude, Jesus cuts to the marrow of who you are. Yeah. And you want to talk about brutality? Right. That book has more brutality in it than any other thing you could possibly imagine. From that point forward, Jerry has yellow eyes. And I'm not Jerry, but Tom has yellow eyes.
Meaning he's dead?
Meaning he's dead.
Shut up.
Right, and so...
Is that, you actually tested this? But you would say that was wrong for us to take out our 2-year-old.
On a personal level, I would say it was wrong.
But like legally, you don't think that should be illegal either?
I don't think I should have the right to tell you what to do.
You don't think you should have the right to tell me I can't murder my 2-year-old?
Nope. You were outcast, you were downtrodden, you were... You had a different political view. It didn't matter what. Everyone was invited and everyone was allowed, and we're going to discuss these things. Well, now, unless you're a complete leftist lunatic, you can't be in the punk scene.
Right.
We'd send these women posing to be Christians joining a new church just to see if they could, because this is all worship, right? Just to see if they can get dissension within the church. And they were supposed to put me on television saying this year's Flash contest winner, and they were just supposed to sit there and wave.
Yeah.
Right when they saw me, they're like, oh, you're way too big for television. I'm hearing them play these songs, and I'm hearing them sing them in Thai. And all of a sudden, I can hear it transition into English.
Nice. See? That's tongues. That's biblical tongues.
I started crying.
Yes.
If you're offended by a couple of words, your faith's weak. And that's really what it boils down to, because every one of us has let those things slip. We're going to do what we do regardless. And if you don't like it,
there you go.
But see, that's how I am with the church, too. Because I'm the same person, both sides.
Hey, what's up, everyone? I know that it has been quite a few weeks since I've released a new episode, and for that, I apologize. But I promise you that this time it wasn't my fault. It's just the way it worked out. Sometimes you just need to let life take you along for the ride. But rest assured, for all of you that have been eagerly waiting for another life-changing episode, that time has now arrived. There's just a few things left for me to jabber on about first. If you want to reach out to me for any reason, you can do so by sending me an email to whycan'twettalkaboutThat@proton.me. And I do hope that you will send me a message. It really does make my day. It would also be awesome if you could grab a piece of paper and write down the names of every single person that you know. After you have done that, go through and circle every person on that list that you think would be a really good guest for me to have on the show. Once you have all those names circled, you can use that same email address, which again is whycan'twettalkaboutThat@proton.me, and share those names with me. Thanks. For today's episode, I brought back one of my favorite previous guests, Sabin Brock. The last episode that I did with Sabin was almost 3 years ago, way back in August of 2023. If you haven't checked out that episode, I suggest that you do. If you've been listening to the show, you will know that whenever I do a follow-up episode with someone, we change the format up a little bit. So instead of doing specific sections on music, politics, and spirituality, I just checked in with Sabin to find out what he's been up to, and some really cool discussions came out of it. Enjoy the conversation.
Oh, that's true. Yeah. So, I mean, what's going on, man? What's new?
Oh man!
Since last time we hung out,
where do you want to start? Like, what do you want to start talking about?
I have no agenda really. Not much.
Well, didn't you used to have a thing where it was like you talk about music and then politics?
Yeah,
and then...
I did, but like since it's a second episode with you, so we already did kind of the standard that format.
God, so much has changed, though, dude.
Oh, for you in all those aspects?
Not really.
Okay,
but like, some of it, yeah. Like I've being back in a band is interesting.
Yeah,
I'm going to start with music.
Mm-hmm.
Let's start with music. Because being back
in
a band is really interesting. I'm in Hostile Takedown, as you know.
Yep.
And
which had a former singer that left, and now you took over vocals.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mark Cruz was the former singer.
Okay.
Secretly, you never said this to anybody, but secretly, I always wanted to be the singer of the band.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because Bill, the drummer, is my old drummer for instance, from back in the day.
Right.
And so
right. The Billy Noble, right?
Billy Noble.
Yeah.
Bill Noble.
I haven't talked to him since high school.
And then Ron Vicente is like, in my opinion, has always been like the best guitar player the Orchid or area has ever produced.
Oh wow, okay.
And
what bands has he been in? Would I know any of the bands? I never heard of that guy.
No, but like Undisputed.
Okay.
He I think he was in a couple other bands.
Okay.
That were around, but they never really did much of anything.
Okay.
I think it was the first band he's ever been in that did anything.
Okay.
But Ron's a little bit older than us, and so like growing up in the neighborhood, like Ron was always this like long redheaded like metalhead. Like he wore the jean jackets and like you know what I mean. And he always had like the Metallica patch or like Megadeth. He looked like Dave, like a young Dave Mustaine.
Oh really?
Because his hair was so red and like you know what I mean.
Yeah.
And he just shredded on the guitar, dude. Like I think one of the first time I ever heard like some bands, like first time I ever heard Slayer was from Ron. You know what I mean? Like first time I ever heard like some of these bands, like he was a little, like I said, he's a little bit older, you know. So I had a lot of major influences, and Ron was actually so to be in a band with him was like not like I'm fanboying over the chump,
right?
But like he's a cool cat, man, and like he's fun to get along with, and I remember him just playing Metallica when we were like I was like in 5th or 6th grade, and he was like in junior high. Really? And he's just, I'm like playing it. Like, you know, like, or like ripping off Slayer riffs and like just killing it.
Yeah.
Like, dang, he was ahead of his time.
Yeah.
And then he started playing in punk bands because punk was like such a big deal.
Oh, yeah.
Punk is dead, by the way.
You think so?
Yeah, I'll explain that in a minute.
Yeah, let's get there too.
I'll explain that in a minute. Punk is completely
You're going to make me cry, dude.
Dude, it is a heartbreak for me, dude. It is a heartbreak for me.
Yeah. Yeah.
But being back in the band with I want to be in a band with Bill again. Bill was amazing when we were together and still are together, and like we picked up right where we left off.
Nice,
you know.
Nice. Were you in touch with him at all through the years?
Yeah.
You were, right?
Yeah,
okay.
Bill's like one of my best friends.
Okay, I assume you guys were still. Yeah.
He's one of my best friends by far.
All right.
Sorry. Allergies.
Oh yeah, you're good.
Yeah, so being back in the band with him and singing and trying to get my vocal cords back into being waka waka, I guess you could say, because it's really difficult to do the kind of music that we do,
right? You know, which is a different style than, for instance,
like
right?
Yeah, it's kind of.
For instance, was more like punky, and this is kind of heavier, right?
This is more like thrash punk.
Okay.
Yeah, so like if you took like what we did in For Instance and like added a metal influence to it,
right?
Because of Ron.
Yeah, yeah.
You know what I mean? So,
but even vocally, isn't it vocally heavier?
Way different.
Yeah, right.
It's way different.
Yeah.
I would say that like Jerry A or like a Phil Ensemble or something like that, like I would sound along those lines.
Okay.
And so to do that, like for like hours is like, whoa, dude.
Yeah.
It's rough.
Sounds painful.
It can be if you don't really warm up, right?
Right.
And so I'm like on a whole new vocal regiment that I never had to do before. Before I would just power through it.
Right.
Or whatever. I'd just yell straight through it. Now I'm actually singing within those range because we're older and we're wiser and we just do things better, right?
Yeah.
So
hopefully you're creating better music than you were in high school.
Way better, dude. Way better. The stuff we're playing a lot more bigger shows, and we're going to be playing with different kinds of bands now. It's broadened our ranges. We can play anything from like punk to metal to speed metal to thrash. We can play a whole different genre of stuff now because we're so intermixed.
Yeah.
So it's actually very more versatile, but we have like our own styles. People are like, what do you sound like? I don't know. I can't tell you.
Bunch of stuff. Yeah.
You can hear influences of stuff in the music.
Yeah.
But like we are doing something brand new.
Okay.
So it's kind of hard to say.
Yeah.
You know? It's kind of hard to say.
Okay. And any releases come out like you guys were recording?
We just released a full length album.
You did?
Vengeance. So it's streaming on every single thing.
Dude.
Every platform.
How did I not know this, dude?
I posted it.
I'm not techie, man. You're supposed to shoot me a text. Hey, man, go to the site, check this album out.
Yeah, it'll have our new yellow and black logo on it. All the other stuff because they've had 3 other albums before I joined the band. And that's all with Mark.
Right.
And if you go back and listen to like that stuff and then listen to what we're doing, it's a completely different.
So what? Okay, so this is the question I always have then with something like that, and you and I probably talked about this before just with other bands, but when you change a singer, you change the sound a lot. Why keep the same name and not just start a new band?
Because they were already pretty well established.
Okay. So people would go to the shows, like, oh, Hostile Takedown. We've heard of these guys. Let's go check them out. And they're like, oh, they sound way different.
And they played with bands like the Exploited and like they played with some pretty big bands.
Okay.
Like already before I even got into it.
Yeah.
We're playing with DRI actually.
Shut up.
Yeah, in October.
DRI still playing?
Yeah.
Wow.
We're playing with them in October at the Siren up in Morro Bay. So I mean, like we're getting shows like that. Yeah. Right.
That was always Ryan Castle's favorite band. I remember in high school.
I tattooed that on his arm.
Guys.
Remember?
Oh
like,
yeah.
Yeah. It was like one of the first tattoos I ever did.
You didn't do his Suffer tattoo, did you?
What's that?
Did you do his Suffer tattoo?
No, Bostic did that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, no. That guy, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah, but the scene is like being back in the music scene. It's really changed. Dude.
Yeah, I bet.
We can sit here and talk about like bands and that kind of stuff, and that's great. But like,
yeah.
First, I want to talk about like being a Christian.
Yes.
And then being in this scene.
Yeah.
And then the songs that are on the album are not. They're not my lyrics. They're not my thing. I'm filling in for the stuff that they already had that they haven't recorded yet, and they're good songs. You know.
Right.
But it's not something that I would personally write about.
Right.
Right.
Because it's dark, or is it like profane? Is it like what's?
I love singing them.
Yeah.
It's fun.
Mm-hmm.
Right. But there's a. I want to be very, very tactful when I say this because Ron's the one that wrote all the lyrics. But Ron is a guitar player.
Yeah.
He's not a lyric writer.
Mm-hmm.
He doesn't have any. He's a very intellectual individual.
Yeah.
But it doesn't come out on paper.
Okay. Is that something he would agree with?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Good, because he might hear this.
Yeah. Ron, like I said, Ron's the most talented. I didn't know how great Ron was as a guitar player until being in a band with him.
Yeah.
And just watching him just mess around. I was like, dude, this guy shreds.
Yeah.
Like this guy's like, he's like on like a whole nother level. Like it's like you hear people are like, oh, I know how to play the guitar. You're like, oh, cool. And Ron's like, yeah, I dabble. And like all of a sudden this AC/DC lady comes out that's like, whoa, dude.
See, that's like a humble response, right?
Yeah.
And you play guitar, I dabble a little bit. And they start playing, you're like, oh my gosh, dude, you're amazing.
Yeah, Ron is that guy.
Yeah.
Dude. And like, it's funny because like all of a sudden you're like, we'll be in practice and I'll look over and I'm listening to him and he's like riffing off some Zeppelin.
Wow.
Like, no, you're not like playing in a punk rock band like 3 chords with bar chords. And
right.
Like, yeah, I play the guitar. No, dude, that dude plays the guitar.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like he could play anything.
Yeah.
If he really wanted to, he could.
Yeah.
You know, so he's playing like some kind of Stevie Ray Vaughan like blues lick, and he's like shredding a lead, and you're like, oh, dude. But a lyric writer, he is not.
Right.
So
okay.
And we all admit that like that me bringing that kind of depth in.
Right.
It's not like word like bar for bar rhyming. It's telling stories or like it's different, right?
Right.
So those songs I have to play along and sing those songs, but I restructured them and redid them, and so it's really great. When you get a chance, you should check it out.
I'm definitely. I would have already checked it out had I known it was out.
Right. So, but back to the whole Christian and being in a music thing, like I think it's really interesting because like I dealt with this once already before when I was a tattooer and I got saved. Because I put videos out and all of a sudden I'm like saying, F you.
Right.
Right.
Yeah.
And they're like, oh my gosh, and like they've never seen that side of me. It's not like it's not something that's they've never seen before. Like,
right.
And they're like, how can you claim to be a lover of Jesus and then do that? Like how, bro?
But these are like tattoos other people wanted. Is that what you're saying? Like someone else would want something profane or something on them.
Like just being a tattooer, doing tattoos in general. Like Christians are like, oh my God, it's demonic, right?
There's that whole group that thinks it's satanic.
I already went through that with the tattooing thing, and now I'm doing it again with the music thing.
Right.
And it really is telling to me how some of these people are, I want to say this very nicely, are so wrapped in the idea of the box of who they think God can minister to or not minister to, or why, or like that kind of thing.
Right.
And I understand that like the lyrics of this album that we just put out aren't glorifying the Lord.
Sure.
In any way, shape, or form.
Sure.
But it's still an art form. And I get that. But there's a lot of bands that we all listen to that definitely aren't glorifying the Lord.
Right.
It doesn't mean that their members aren't. So
sure.
Well, I can name band after band after band. I mean, Megadeth is one of them, right? Dave Mustaine is a profound Christian.
Right.
He's not writing Christian music.
Right. Now he's a professing Christian.
The last album he actually has like 3 songs on it. I don't know if you've heard it, but like he's got one called Hey God where he's actually having a conversation with God. That's sick.
Yeah.
That's dope, right?
Yeah.
Tom Araya from Slayer. devout Christian.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
You would never know that.
Yeah.
Right. But think of Creeping Death from Metallica. That's about the Exodus story.
Oh, for sure.
You know, and so
heavy metal has a lot of
it's always had
themes
that,
anyway.
right? So and I can go on. We can talk about Korn. We can talk about like all these different bands. So
right.
Like, well, I joined this band in the middle of them writing an album that they hadn't done the lyrics yet, and so I had to fit that through and join the band as part of being
sure.
The songs that we're writing now aren't that, but the amount of flack I've gotten from people that have gone to church with and that are people that I've known for like years because they've seen me in a different light. It's just like, oh my gosh, how dare you?
Yeah.
Are you okay? Or did you lose your salvation?
Yeah.
Like, we don't even go to that kind of church. Why would you even ask me that? Like,
so what specifically is it they're having an issue with?
My cussing.
It's the swearing in the music. Okay.
And the amount of aggression while doing it.
Okay.
They've just never seen me like that. They've seen the Sabin that stood up at the end of a service and like prayed over the whole church. It's like, and that's still Sabin, right?
Yeah.
But like, there's also like a side of me that's I'm still a metalhead and I'm still a punk rocker.
Right.
You know what I mean? And so like, and I'm not trying to say that it's. I just think that people need to have a little bit more grace, dude. Right? Like, because it doesn't mean that I've changed. So, I was always that person,
right? But like, so, and I kind of understand. I don't understand where there's certain aspects I agree with where they're coming from, and parts I don't.
Well, I get it.
But like, is your response to them more like, "Hey, I just joined this band. These are songs they wrote. When we write new songs, it's not going to be that." Like, there's not going to be profanity. There's not going to be this kind of a thing.
Yeah, it's just not. And that's the thing. Like, I've joined the band, and like they're like, "Well, how can you do that?" I'm like, "Well, how do actors do it? How do people in other bands like?" You don't. I'm not.
Well, which is a question people have. Somebody, they do though. Like Denzel Washington, people have always because he's supposedly a profound professing Christian.
Look at
yet he'll do movies where he drops the F-bomb a bunch of times or whatever, right? And things like that. And I think there's it makes you wonder about that kind of stuff because it's. I guess the first question would be like that we really need to ask ourselves is that sinful behavior, first of all? Is profanity sinful behavior? And if so, it's one thing to smash your hand with a hammer and let a word slip. That's different than like writing a novel where you're going to put a bunch of profanity in it, right? Because you're consciously making that decision to do so. And to people that view that as a sinful behavior, the question would be, well, how can you profess to follow the Lord yet be willingly engaging in that kind of a thing?
So here's where it's kind of weird, right? And I understand this. Out of the heart, the mouth speaks. 100%.
Yeah.
I didn't write that stuff. It's not my heart.
Right.
So when I look at like a Chris Pratt or a Denzel Washington,
right.
They didn't write those scripts, bro.
Right.
So it's not really something that's in there.
Yeah.
It's not part of my heart. But we have a song called The Mangler, and it's about...
You posted that one, didn't you?
Yeah. But
I think I heard that one.
But the song is about someone who gets locked on drugs, falls into sin, murders somebody, and then ends up in prison.
Yeah.
So that's a real situation. And I've actually known people that have gone through that.
Sure.
Right. And so it's almost like the NWA thing when they came out where it was like, we're talking about things that
it's real life to them.
That's real life to them.
Sure. Yeah.
I don't know if they're glorifying it. It's just what it is.
Right.
Well, the musics tend to be glorifying it because people are, well, I'm not in charge of other people's hearts. Okay. So then there's the other scripture. So if the meat that I eat should make my brother stumble, should I never eat meat again? So am I doing something on an artistic level that's causing other people to stumble in their faith? Well, apparently it's only making the Christian stumble. Right. Because it's not hurting. If anything, it's reaching out to those other people because they don't know any different.
Right.
And so it gives me a chance to go into, a dark spot that no one else is willing to go into.
Yeah, well, this is the whole...
So it's a weird thing, right?
Yeah, for sure. But this is the argument, I think, when whatever album that was by POD, where they had like 3 F words in it, and there was one song that had 3 F words in it. Yeah, there was a third album. Yeah, whatever, and the whole point of it, their defense of it was, no, we're telling the story, and it's a concept album about this guy who's at his rope's end, he's screaming out to God, but then kind of the Christian community is kind of like, yeah, but you could have got the point across. You didn't have to use those words, which, I kind of fall on that side. I'm like, you don't have to. You don't have to be like, gee, golly gee willikers, because then you sound like an idiot, of course, and that's not real life. But I think there's other ways to express that, maybe, without I don't know. I don't know. I kind of
no. I agree.
I fall on that side of it.
No, but I agree. But see, the thing is, they wrote all that.
Right.
They chose that as a and
right.
Let's be real. If you're offended by a couple of words, your faith's weak.
Yeah.
And that's really what it boils down to, because every one of us has let those things slip.
Sure.
Right. And again, it's not like I'm glorifying those things. In the songs that we've written since, none of that's been a thing.
Okay. And do your bandmates have any issue with that?
No, not really. They're actually more enthralled with the idea. We have a couple of songs that are just really, really kind of like, oh wow, someone's struggling. From me, it sounds like someone's struggling. Right? Yeah. So how about this? Ripped apart, separated, flesh torn from bone. Stitched and scabbed is all I have, but this heart is shaped like home. Soul screams, cries for blood, the anger's all that I own. Right. Stenching death is on my breath, but no life is mine to hold.
Wow.
Can forgiveness be a thing?
Yeah.
Or revenge? Can forgiveness be a thing for me when all I want is revenge?
Right.
No, that's the lyrics I'm writing.
Okay. That's a song that hasn't come out yet?
Well, it's not released yet.
Okay.
You know?
Okay. Yeah, see, that's not only poetic, but that's hitting at something deep. That's
the lyrics that I'm writing.
Yeah.
There's no cussing involved. There's no nothing
sure.
like that. But those are the real roots of it. That's I wrote that when I was going through some major, like, I hate somebody and I'm not supposed to.
Right.
You know?
Sure.
And there's nothing more Christian than that.
Yeah. Yeah.
The whole premise of the Gentile is like, I hate this man, I'm not supposed to.
Right.
And so, like, from my point of view, I'm writing it from from who I am. I'm not writing it from a Christian perspective, even though I am a Christian. I'm not writing it from a mental perspective, even though it sounds brutal.
Right.
And so from them who would listen to that and be like, well, that's brutal sounding.
Yeah.
Like, that's brutal sounding.
Yeah.
Like, dude,
just because of the flesh tearing from bone,
right,
like
dude.
that kind of thing.
And that's exactly what it boils down to.
Right.
And the lyrics that I'm writing now are like along those lines. But like, if someone who's gone to church with me for over 15 years is now questioning my heart because they saw me on a video saying a couple of cuss words from the song that I didn't write. Right.
Okay, so what action do you think that you could do that you would think that it would be justified for someone to feel that way? Like,
explain that.
Is my question. Okay, so like, you say a few cuss words, someone's now questioning your salvation, let's say, because they've known you for 15 years. They're like, oh, Sabin's just like on point. He's with the Lord. He follows the Lord. He's leading Bible studies, doing all these things. Now he dropped these 2 F words in a song. He must not be a Christian, right? They're questioning, right? Yeah. And you would say, well, that's ridiculous. But like, what action could you do in your life that if somebody said that to you, you would be like, oh yeah, you're justified? I know, but like, you're not agreeing with the swearing part to say, I think you guys are justified in questioning my salvation here. You're like, that's ridiculous. But like, if you were like sleeping with half the town, if you were like, I mean, like, what would you have to do if you were like, if you went on a murder spree? Would that be okay for them at that point to say, hey man, have you lost your faith? Like, what's going on, dude? This is not the guy I remember.
Well, I think the guy that they remember and the guy that they know is 2 completely different things.
Okay.
And I understand that 99% known is completely 100% unknown. I get that. Yeah. But I would venture to say that, like, it boggles my mind that people are so obtuse when it comes to the idea of how they have to view their faith within a structured compound. And I'm not disagreeing that those things, like I said, I know it's not glorifying God, 100%. Right. 100%. I understand that. Yeah. It's the songs that we're singing for me, that are the ones that I didn't write, I have no heart condition to, so it's more theatrics for me. Right. 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 And then someone, that's actually more damaging from the other side, that someone could say, like, that's not a saved person. Oh, so you're just a poser now. Well, I actually think that has more validity.
You can't please everybody.
I actually think that, that actually has more validity in my mind than someone questioning my faith. Right. Yeah. Because I feel like, I remember when I first got saved, it was like, I hadn't given up smoking, and I had just gotten to church. Yeah. and I just got out of prison, and they could smell that on me, and that's a cigarette smoke, but like just the prison on me, you could still smell it.
Right.
And I was still hardened in a lot of ways, but when I came out, I was like on fire for the Lord because I was you had to be so disciplined to be locked up and claim to be a Christian. Like there was no like maybe I am, maybe I'm not. You claim to be a Christian and you're locked up, the people will leave you alone, but as soon as you make a mistake, you're free game for everybody.
Yeah.
So like when I came out, I was really staunch. Like staunch and like judgmental on other Christians and the fact that they had no like zeal.
Legalistic kind of.
Super legalistic.
Yeah.
Right? Because I didn't know any better.
Right.
And so as time goes on, I remember like being at this church and this pastor had really gotten to know me pretty well. And like we was meeting with me on the side because you don't let someone like that into your flock and not be like, hey, check this out, dude.
You want to make sure he's the real deal.
Yeah, man. Yeah. Claim that this guy comes out of prison, and especially as imposing of a figure that I am. Right. And I get that about me. And I have no problems with that. Like him wanting to get to know me for that reason. I welcome that 100%. And I remember someone saying like I was smoking a cigarette out by my car off church property. Yeah. Right? Because I didn't want to like let anyone stumble by seeing me smoke a cigarette. Right. And so that's where I was, And so I'm off church property, and someone drove by, and they're like, "Can you believe Sabin's out there smoking?" And I remember the pastor being like, "Well, what was he smoking?" Yeah. Well, a cigarette. I'm like, "Oh, thank God that's all that it was."
Yeah. Yeah. Not crack.
Yeah, man. I didn't have a freaking meth pipe in my hand. You know what I'm saying? Because that's a problem, right? I'm looking. So you're concerned about my cussing? Yeah. Last time I got arrested, I had 1,182 charges, bro. Yeah. Distribution of C4 and manufacturing of firearms. Oof. You're worried about me having a couple bad words coming out of my mouth. Right. I'm the guy that the church needs to have that. Yeah. Because if the church doesn't have me, it's got no sandpaper. Right. It's got no edge. Yeah. Do you see what I'm saying? Yeah. Because I have my finger on the pulse, and you're worried about me not looking like you. Screw you. Right. Well, that's kind of how I feel about it.
Yeah, the cigarettes thing is so funny to me because.
Am I wrong by that?
Well, I mean, there's all those scriptures that say "Thou shalt not smoke cigarettes." All those verses that are in there. It's like it says nothing about that anywhere. So I'm like,
brood of vipers.
Yeah, I mean, like, do I think somebody should smoke cigarettes? Would I encourage my children to start smoking cigarettes? No. Of course not. It's bad for you. I could probably justify heroin better than I could justify cigarettes, because I'm like, cigarettes give you nothing, you stink, you die slowly, you get emphysema, you get lung cancer, and you die. Yeah. At least with heroin, you get high, you feel good, and then you die, or whatever, right?
You get something out of it.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like, there's something there, but so I don't think cigarettes are good. No, but I would never try to say they're sinful, because again, there's nowhere in Scripture that even talks about
like gambling or something, right?
Right.
Exactly. I'm part Native American. It's part of my
culture. Right. It's in your blood, man. You got
literally, dude. My mom is the best gambler you'll ever meet. Yeah, bro. I'm not even joking. She'll like, hey, I'm feeling like mijo, what? I'm feeling really, really lucky. Like, how lucky, mama? Yeah, like lucky. Like you want $100 to go play Keno at the casino? Lucky? Yeah. Here's $100. And I go, she'll come back with like $600 or $700.
That's awesome.
Like, dude, that native blood is working in that woman.
That's so funny, man.
She just gets the itch.
How's she doing? I haven't seen her in a while either.
She's doing great.
I used to run her around town, and I haven't seen her in a while.
She's slowing down. She's 75.
Oh, okay. So, it's about my mom's age too. Yeah. Nice, man.
Yeah, she's still trying to be as active as possible. Okay. I think having a 14-year-old in the house is. Yeah.
She's living with you now still?
Oh, she's lived with me for.
She's been there for okay.
Like 12 years, 13
years. Okay.
Well, since 2010.
Okay.
So that's so weird. Someone says 1980, and I'm like, oh, it was 20 years ago.
Yeah, right? That's what it feels like. That's what I'm saying. That's why I go to this 30-year reunion, and I'm like, what? It's been 30 years since I graduated high school? Are you kidding me?
Dang, bro.
That's nuts, dude.
You know what's funny is I forgot that you and I aren't the same age.
Yeah, you were 95, right?
Yeah, I was 95, right? So like, when you said that, I'm like, has it been 30 years already?
Yeah. And you're like,
I'm older.
Yeah.
Like, dude,
did you go to yours?
No.
Okay.
I didn't even know what happened.
Yeah. I haven't been to any yet. They did a 10, they did a 20. I haven't been to any of those yet, but for whatever reason, I find myself going to this one. Yeah. I'm like, part of me doesn't really want to go, and part of me does, and I'm like, I don't know. I haven't talked to a lot of these people.
See who's left.
Yeah.
You
right.
know what I mean?
Well, see, so that's the thing, dude. This was the hardest part for me. Is they had a whole Facebook page going for people, it's like a 96
Class of 96 Facebook page, and that's where they announce like, oh, this is where your reunion's going to be. This is to get tickets and all this kind of stuff. But then they also want to do like a little memorial area for those of our class that have passed. So they said, hey, can you guys kind of give us a list of people you know from our class that have passed away, because we don't want to miss anybody. We want to make sure we have everybody in the memorial. Dude, people start posting all these names. I'm like, I didn't know that guy died. I didn't know that girl died. What? Like it was sad. I'm going, dude, I had no idea all these people had passed away.
Like Gina
Avalos, yeah.
Avalos,
I knew she had passed away. Yeah. There's a few I didn't know about, but I just but that's only really because of people I have on Facebook that when it's like the anniversary of their death, they'll post pictures of them and say, oh, I miss you or whatever. And I was like, oh, that's how I find that stuff out. But a lot of those people after high school, I don't know where they went. I don't know where they moved away. I never saw them again,
for sure.
And a lot of these people that are even going, I'm like looking through my yearbook, like, I don't even remember that guy. I don't remember his name. I don't remember his face. I'm like, who are these people? Like, I don't remember them from school at all. So that's what's going to be kind of weird.
Were they cool and me not cool?
Yeah.
Or were they just that? Or was I just in the group?
Dude,
was I just in the group and like they were like...
Yeah. I told Bethany, I was like, you know what? It was really like, what's really... I'm worried about is like if some guy comes up to me tonight at the thing and he's like, dude, how's it going, man? How you been? I haven't seen you forever. And like he's like he totally knows me and remembers me. And I'm like, I have no recollection of this guy at all. But I have to pretend like I do, right? Because I don't want to be like, oh, dude, who are you? Thankfully, I think we're all going to have name tags.
Yeah.
Because Kristen asked for Bethany's name. So I said, is that for name tags? She's like, yep. I was like, good, because then at least I can like be like, hey, John, how's it going, buddy?
Start reading it from far away.
Right. But then what if they're like, oh, man, remember when we had that class and we did this, man? I'm like.
Or they put it upside down so you can't read it.
Right.
No.
Dude. I'm
just
like, oh, my gosh. So I don't know. And Bethany's like, well, don't you think there's going to be people there that don't remember you? I said, well, yeah.
100%.
I'll probably be that guy to someone else. I don't want to be that guy to someone else either, because even that's awkward, you know? Because I might be like, hey, how's it going? And they're like, good, dude. Who the heck are you?
You want to hear something funny? Hear something funny? That's every day of my life.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Because you see people everywhere?
Everywhere. And I don't remember who they are. And I start scanning them up and down, trying to find the tattoo that I did.
Oh, man. Oh, you even did work on them?
Oh, yeah, because I don't remember them or I remember the tattoo.
Oh, man.
And it's really common for me because I've done so many tattoos in my life.
Yeah, right? I bet.
I mean, I've been sitting here in this town for 30 years doing tattoos.
Yeah, dude.
I've next year to be 30 years. And so that's the reason why I'm putting the convention on. I'll talk to you about that later.
Yeah, I saw the thing.
Yeah. But I'll run into people out in public, like Costco or whatever.
Yeah.
Oh, my gosh, I can't believe it. I've been meaning to come in and see you. And I'm like, oh, that's stoked. And if I'm with somebody, I'll let you know this now. Like if you and I are walking in public, like say we're like at dinner or like dinner, like we have dinner.
Yeah.
At breakfast at Jack's.
We usually do like a brunch.
Yeah, we do like, but if we're like at Jack's or something.
Right.
And we're just hanging out talking and I run into somebody, I'll be like, hey, Ryan, don't be rude. Introduce yourself.
Yeah.
And I'll put it on you, dude. Hi, I'm Ryan. Yeah. Oh, my name's Dave. Dave. It's Dave,
you do it dude. So you can hear.
Dave.
That's awesome.
You should do that to Bethany all night long, bro.
I should.
Just let her know ahead of time. Yeah. Like I'm gonna be like, hey, Beth, don't be rude. Introduce yourself.
Well, now that I know you said that, the next time we're somewhere like that,
I've done it to you.
And I know. But next time I'm gonna be like, I'm gonna go. Hey, and dude, just because I don't know, how do you know Sabin?
Oh, dude, no way.
And then they'll tell the whole story, and then you'll remember, and you'll be like, oh, that's right. And they're like, oh, that's awesome.
That's why I love the words like bro and like, what's up, bro?
Yeah.
Hey, Doc, how you doing?
Hey, man, how's it going?
It's not gonna be that awkward, but yeah,
100%. Oh my gosh, but anyway, So
back to the whole thing. So punk is dead.
Okay, explain why.
So.
Give me your reasons for that.
Number one, there's such a big umbrella, a spectrum of like what people consider to be punk now.
Yeah.
First off.
Yeah.
Okay?
Mm-hmm.
And so when I'm talking about like punk, I'm talking about like what we grew up with.
Yeah.
From remedial punk into hardcore.
Right.
Specifically.
But see, you're more you started more with the 80s punk than I did.
Yes.
I definitely started in the 90s.
Right.
I'm a 90s punk guy. That's my favorite era.
Well, I was introduced to it in the 80s.
Okay.
That's why.
Okay.
And so, I think I got introduced to punk rock in about 85.
Okay.
So,
yeah.
Like really introduced to it, like immersed into it.
Right.
Not like I knew a couple bands or whatever.
Right.
But like,
Yeah, it wasn't until 94 for me. So.
Yes. But what a great era.
Yeah.
Right?
Oh, yeah.
So, you're going to understand this when I say this.
Mm-hmm.
There is no bands that are producing any kind of 90s skater punk
Yeah.
that are doing it right.
Right
Now. They're not doing it right. There's very few of them that are actually making anything. So you remember when we were younger and like you heard like Pennywise's first album.
Yeah.
And you're like, this is so fast.
Yeah.
And so just like gnarly good.
Yeah.
No, the skate punk bands aren't writing that kind of stuff
No.
anymore. It's really melodic and slow and kind of drawn out, and they all sound the same.
Yeah.
And they
kind of like that Good Charlotte sound.
It's a Good Charlotte type sound. So like the Sum 41 influence,
Right.
like no one's writing any good skate punk. Like nobody. I don't care who they are.
Yeah.
And I've got friends that play in these bands,
Yeah.
and they listen to this. I'm telling you now, you're on blast. Write something fast.
What about what's his face? That's good stuff.
Who?
You just played with him.
Carry the Nine?
Yeah.
Levins? I love him, dude.
Yeah.
I wish he'd write something fast.
It's not fast enough?
No.
Okay. All right.
No, they need to write something faster,
Yeah.
man.
All right.
I love him, dude.
Yeah.
Number one, Kevin Levins is one of my best friends.
Yeah.
He is an amazing songwriter. He is an amazing stage presence. He's probably one of the better. And I love Danny too, because Danny got me into being in front of people.
Yeah.
Right. But Kevin is probably one of the better songwriters I've ever met.
Okay.
Like ever.
Yeah.
Out of any genre of music.
Wow, dude.
And he's extremely talented and extremely good. He's got the complete package as far as like marketability too, in my opinion. He's good looking. His stage presence is amazing. It's commanding.
Yeah.
He's as comfortable as all get out. He looks like he's having fun.
Oh yeah.
And that's really huge.
Yeah.
Like they're one of my favorite bands to play with,
Right.
because they're solid in and out every single day. And if I could have one critique, it would be that they wrote something that just shredded.
Okay.
Because if they had like 2 or 3 songs that just shredded,
Yeah.
it would just be like, wow.
Have you told him that?
Yeah, not so many words.
Okay.
But I think he knows that the songs that they come close to doing that with are the ones that I'm like up in front singing.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
I've seen you in some of the videos.
Yeah, man. And so
You and Slappy.
Slappy. Good old, I like Slappy. Dude,
Oh, yeah,
talk
he's
about
great.
the ultimate roadie, bro. That
Oh
guy
yeah,
is
he's awesome.
He's the ultimate roadie for Carry the Nine, or for
Yeah.
anything Levins has ever done.
Oh yeah.
Since the WD Boogie.
Yeah.
But like, there's no bands out there that are doing like skate punk. I love skate punk.
Yeah.
But it's too soft.
Okay.
No one's doing it like, and they're all singing about the same crap. Like it's about a girl or like this. Like, dude, I understand we got older and you're bored, but like,
Yeah.
there's a generation that needs to hear that. There's a whole generation right now that needs to hear some angry, fast skate punk.
Right.
Like
what would be
Pennywise or Early Strung Out, or like Strung Out's first album.
Yeah, yeah.
You mean that was like balls to the wall, freaking like
that was
you know what I mean?
that was almost metal. That was like borderline.
Yeah, dude.
metal.
And someone needs to write that kind of stuff where it's like almost speed metal-y. You know what I mean? It's, 98 Mute, early Vandals, like it's not fast enough.
Yeah.
And like one of the synonyms about being a skate punk is that it was fast because skaters were going fast.
Right.
Like it was part of the.
So what would be like an example to you? Like
Since We Were Kids is the only band I could think of right now that does skate punk.
Well, right now, but even back then.
Yeah.
Like in the 90s, like if you were to say, all right, Ryan, here's 4 bands that are just fast skate punk that are good. Back then, I mean, like not now, but back then. What would you say?
I would say, so I already named.
Oh, you said.
So Pennywise.
Early Pennywise.
Their first
Early Strung
album,
Out.
Their first album specifically.
The blue one?
Yeah, the one that has Bro Him at the end
Bro
of it.
Him, yeah. Mm-hmm.
That, from beginning to end, is just fun.
Okay. Is that your favorite Pennywise album?
By far.
Oh, by far?
By far.
Okay. It's not mine.
Yeah, most people would say like About Time.
About Time.
Yeah, because they probably heard that one first.
Yeah. I actually heard Unknown Road first, so that was the first one I heard was Unknown Road.
And then I would say like, you think of like Guttermouth's first album, or even like I just had their name on the tip of my tongue. Strung Out's first album, Another Day in Paradise.
Yeah,
is phenomenal to me.
That's
again,
like Bring Out Your Dead.
Again, my favorite one.
Oh,
no,
really?
It's prior to that.
Prior to Bring Out Your Dead?
Yeah, Bring Out Your Dead's. That's
I thought that was on Another Day in Paradise.
Album.
Oh, really? Suburban Teenage.
Yeah,
that's where Bring Out.
Yeah.
Okay.
And so,
Lost.
Right.
Lost is on the first album, right?
Lost
Okay.
And so it's just flying, right? Good Riddance.
Yeah.
Their first 3 albums.
You loved their new one.
You know,
remember we were texting about their new one.
Last time we talked about it, I went back and I listened to it, and I'm like, It's just Russ's vocals.
Yeah.
They're hiding his age. That's
and
all
I kind of see what you're saying now.
Yeah.
Because when I go back to listen like Forgotten Country or like even what was the third one is where his vocals were hardcore. Ballads from the Revolution.
Yeah, and Operation Phoenix.
Yeah, that's where he got like heavy lyrically. Yeah, I was like, whoa, dude.
That's actually Operation Phoenix is my favorite album.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Forgotten Country is probably the closest to my soul.
Yeah, it's probably the first one you heard too.
Yeah, that's one of the first when they came out, right?
Yeah.
Offspring's first album, their demo, not what we heard in high school. This stuff before that, flying, dude.
Okay.
So
yeah, we talked about that in your last episode, and I just disagree with you on that. I listened to their early album, and it's okay. I like it, but like, dude, to me, like Ignition and Smash is where it's at.
Okay, so hold on. Those are better arranged music. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about making songs that are just flying skate punk.
Okay, like faster.
Like faster, man. Like they lost the heart. Now, Offspring's got a couple of songs that came out later that if you really tear them apart musically, you're like, wow, this is genius.
Yeah.
Especially like The Kids Aren't Right.
Oh, yeah.
The tempos are not the same. It's got, I think, like 7 different tempo changes throughout the song. And for a punk band, that's a lot.
Yeah.
You know what
I
mean? Yeah. You think of No Effects even, S&M Airlines.
Yeah.
Flying.
Okay.
Right? No one's writing that kind of skate punk anymore.
Yeah.
Like nobody.
Yeah.
It's all melodic. It just needs to change. There's a generation that's missing out because of it.
Okay.
Right?
So you prefer S&M over their later stuff? No,
By
there's no
far.
way. Really?
Yeah.
Wow, we have different taste.
Well, also you have to remember I got introduced to punk at a different era. Than you,
Sure.
Right?
Yeah, I get it.
So, and as far as that's missing.
Okay.
And I will tell you why this is so hard on the punk scene in general, because the people that are playing like hardcore, almost like crustcore punk, we're talking like the Exploited type. Now we're talking like Final Conflict.
Yeah.
You have to be a complete woke Antifa freak in order to be in those scenes now. And that's hard, like, because to me, growing up and being a part of what the early portions of those guys weren't part of the scene. They're all millennials, right?
Right.
So being part of the earlier punk scene and like going to shows and listening to bands like that we had here, like an Out of Hand or like an Assault or a Jungle Fish. Like I'm talking the early punk rock in this era.
Right.
Or going out to Lompoc and seeing like X Oblivion or Red Ants or the Corruptors and like some of the bands that were out of there, and then going down to Oxnard and seeing in Santa Barbara and seeing like an RKL or an Ill Repute or the Aggression. Those bands are synonymous with me.
Okay.
And anyone was allowed to be there, bro. Like anybody. If you were outcast, you were downtrodden, you were you had a different political view. It didn't matter what. Everyone was invited and everyone was allowed, and we're going to discuss these things. Well, now, unless you're a complete leftist lunatic, you can't be in the punk scene.
Right.
And that's garbage.
Yeah. It's not to say that the punk scene has kind of always been left-leaning, but you're saying they were more inclusive of people that believe differently than now. It's like you're either for us or you're against us.
Right. Right.
Okay.
And it's completely so where because I'm playing in a band again, and I'm actually putting on shows now, like being somewhat of a producer, like a promoter, right? And I'm seeing like there's a speed metal band called Trencher, and they played at this. They and I love these guys. Yeah, Marcus is. I've learned a lot from him, and I love their music. They're
Trencher. It's called
Trencher. Okay. Yeah, and Marcus is a great guy. I've played shows with him. I've talked to him. He's been nothing but nice and remarkable. And they come out of the Bay Area. Well, they played this punk venue, like a more known for a punk venue type thing, well known. And before they started, they came out, and he didn't mean anything by it. But he comes out and he says, "We're not like these." And like, remember, he's our age,
right?
Okay. So he comes out, and there's a bunch of like kind of like weaker, like crappier punk bands that are playing. They're playing soft 3-chord stuff. Well, they're like a gripping speed metal band, dude. We don't come out and play this sissy fag stuff like all these other bands.
Dude, did he say that after?
No, like
the other ones that played?
Before they started, after the bands. We're here to shred your faces. He's just trying to get the crowd energized, bro.
Yeah, but you're ragging on the other groups.
So what? They sucked.
Oh, they did suck.
Yeah, they sucked.
Okay.
Screw them.
Okay.
He's about to cut their throats, and he knows it. And from my point of view, I'm like from being in a band, I'm like, dude, that guy just cut our throats. We need to get better.
Right. You take that as constructive criticism.
Yeah, man.
Okay.
Because that dude, they're playing all over the world.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
These are just local punk bands.
Right.
Well, the venue got pissed because
That he said that?
that he said it.
Okay.
That he would put other people down, and it's supposed to be a safe space, and now they're banned from like I saw like within the scene viral thing happen where bands that weren't even or venues that weren't even involved were like, we're not having Trencher play at our shows anymore.
Oh, they got blacklisted?
They got blacklisted.
Oh, no.
And I'm like, dude, you guys are idiots. They did the same exact thing to the Exploited up at Humdinger here locally. Where one of the promoters found a picture of Waddy. Now, you have to remind you, the Exploited, they're old, bro.
Yeah.
They've been playing
punk
70s,
rock
80s?
since
The mid-70s.
Yeah,
dog.
okay.
So, like, they were teenagers back then. So, like, they've got at least 15, like, 16 years on me.
Yeah.
Right?
Right.
Because they were kids when they started it, but still, like, I was born in 77. They were a full-on group. So, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
We're talking teenagers to, like, early 20s.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Well, back in the early days of punk, like there was a kind of a mixture between certain groups, right? I mean, Oi guys were there, skinheads were there. They were like, because none of these like factions had a place to go, so they were all welcome. They were all included,
right?
And so and that was fine. That's the way
it was like they united around their love of the music, as opposed to their political ideologies and those kind of things.
And all of them were subgenres or subculture genres, right? So like they didn't have nowhere else to go. So if there was a spot, they all gravitated towards it.
Sure.
And so he's wearing a shirt of this band, right? And like a picture in like 1983 of a shirt of this band. There's some freaking loser who's got nothing better to do than sit in his freaking mom's basement and find pictures of people just to point them out to society. Well, the band is kind of right-wing leaning for today's standards.
Right.
But not then.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And so they completely kicked the Exploited of all bands off of one of their shows that they had booked.
Because of the shirt?
Because of a shirt he wore back in 1983.
Yeah, see, that's that cancel culture.
That's the dumbest thing I've ever heard, bro.
It's stupid.
Right?
Yeah.
And I told Marcus when the whole Trencher thing went down, when it first happened, the one thing I called him, I messaged him, I said, hey, bro, here's the deal. Do not apologize.
Yeah, it's bad.
Don't apologize, because the second you apologize, you're giving everyone free right to say the ha 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 ha. Look what you did, and you're even admitting it.
Yep.
And he's like, no, man, I got to come out. I said, if you do, you're going to get blacklisted. I promise you, don't do it.
They won't let you back in even after that.
Yeah. There's no apology you're going to break. Guess what? They haven't played a show since.
No, that sucks.
They're probably one of the greater speed metal bands I've ever heard in my life. They only have like 9 songs out.
Okay.
And they're that good for me to say that.
Okay.
But can you imagine if like SOD, you know what SOD is? So Anthrax had a side project band? You know what Anthrax is?
I know SOA. Yeah, I know Anthrax.
So
I know. Yeah,
they had a side project band called SOD, Stormtroopers of Death.
Oh yes, I've heard of Stormtroopers of Death. I didn't even know that was an Anthrax side.
Yeah. So there's 2 guys from Anthrax in the band.
Okay.
Right. Can you imagine if that came out today? Speak English or Die.
That's how I know it. A friend of mine told me about that. He said they used to drive around blasting that song.
Yeah. And like. There's no way, dude. There's no way that that would happen today.
No, you'd get crucified.
And I think that's wrong, dude.
Sure.
So to me, the punk scene's completely dead.
Yeah.
And you want to know what's killing it? It's not the left-leaning lunatics that don't want you to play. I mean, even me saying this right now, if the wrong person hears it, and I don't even care because I'm not apologetic.
Right.
We're going to do what we do regardless. And if you don't like it,
there you go.
But see, that's how I am with the church too. Because I'm the same person both sides.
Yeah.
So I treat everyone fairly and equally.
Right.
But if they don't like it, these venues don't like it, punk's dead. But you know why it's happened? Is because skate punk bands aren't playing aggressive music anymore. Do you see my correlation?
Yeah.
As a culture, because skate punk bands aren't bringing any kind of aggression into it, their voices have become soft. And so the louder aggressive bands have become louder.
Right.
And now they're controlling the scene. And the scene is... So I hate to say it, but punk is dead.
Yeah.
And I've been the person, I've heard that one whole lot, punk rock's dead. Since like the whole Sid Vicious thing or whatever.
Yeah.
No, it's not. Punk's alive, but now the bands that like...
Yeah. What about the bands that were around back then that are still playing today? Like I even saw Guttermouth has a show coming up, or guys like that. If they're playing their stuff from the 90s... I mean, that's still alive, right? I mean, if they're still doing it.
Yeah, but you want to know what? Like, are they well received?
I don't know.
Well, yeah, because
Guttermouth always gets they always get canceled anyway because
They're not the same thing, though. It's not like you're going to a show and spitting on Mark like it used to be when you were younger, where he was covered by everyone else's saliva by the end of the show. That's not happening anymore.
Yeah, he's probably worried about getting hepatitis now.
If he doesn't already have it. You know what I mean? Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
But a friend of mine just actually went and saw them at Slow Brew.
When did they play there? Recently?
Yeah, probably like a month ago.
Guttermouth played at Slow Brew a month ago. I got to get on different channels, dude, because I don't hear any of this stuff.
Yeah, Guttermouth played at Slow Brew a month ago.
Because remember, I'm still trying to have my redemption show. We talked about this last time.
Yeah.
Because the only time I saw them live, Mark was hammered and he sounded terrible.
Yeah.
And he just kept getting drunker and drunker as the show went, and he couldn't even say any words or anything. So
Right.
it was bad. And they're one of my favorite. They're probably my top 5 favorite punk bands of all time.
But again, early Guttermouth was hauling.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
And saying stuff that like they're living up to the name.
Oh yeah, for sure.
So
they push the envelope every time.
Push it.
Yeah.
And they know how to make fun of people the right way. Like, oh, you don't like this? Well, I'm going to make fun of you now.
Yeah, right. Exactly.
Then we're all going to laugh at you.
And there's a genius about it too, even though it's
Very
crass and it's
Very
profane.
Very intelligent.
Yeah. Right.
It really is very intelligent. It's like South Park intelligence.
Right.
Where
Right.
Like,
A perfect example. Yeah. Because you look at it, it's like these crude drawings, it's all profane. It's kind of juvenile, but at the same time, you're like, yeah, but they're really saying something important here.
If you can listen between the lines and get over all the other stuff, like there's some cultural context and relevance of a high intelligence and how it's being laid out. And their arrangement is simple, and that's what makes it even smarter.
Right. Right.
And they're honestly a really talented band. The more you listen to like their later albums, you're like, dude, these guys shred. You know what I mean? I still listen to everything they put out. It's been a while. I don't think they put out anything new.
Like 2006, I think was the last thing that came out. Yeah.
I think they're just trying to make some money.
Yeah. And even then, it was an EP. I think it was an EP that came out. Like, I think their last full length was what's it's got the action figure on it.
With Teriyaki?
No, Teri Yakimoto was like their third album. That was the first one I ever heard.
Oh, really?
I heard that back in '96.
Oh, I saw them in '91.
Oh, that's like when they first started. They hadn't even released. No, I think that was the year the full length record came out. Well,
I
on
saw
Doctor
them in
Strange.
'91 at the Vets Hall in San Luis.
Oh, nice. So that was like 1, 2, 3 Slam and all those songs.
Yeah, and it was so great, dude. Those songs were great.
Oh, yeah.
And the pits were amazing.
Oh, yeah.
Right? You know
I bet. Yeah.
I loved it.
That one, I can still listen to Mr. Barbecue over and over again. That song is just, or Bruce Lee versus the Kiss Army. Those songs are just so funny and
what a generation we grew up in, dude. Like I was in junior high going to these shows where these like 200-300 kids are in a slam pit beating the crap out of each other. Like, there's no way. Like, I mean, I take my kid to shows, but he's also like 6'3" and like 315.
Yeah.
So like he's a big boy.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So like, I mean, I was a big kid too, but at least I know where he's at.
Yeah.
My parents didn't know where we were.
Does he dig the music? Does he like punk?
He loves it, dude.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's
he actually loves pitting too.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's crazy.
Well, he's got the size. He's probably might as well use it to your advantage.
He's in it.
So back to what we were saying though, like you got some of these. So like punk's dead. Like today, if you mean like nothing new's coming out that even remotely comes close to what we had back then.
Not even.
He's not even close, but we can still obviously listen to those albums that came out back then. We can even some of the bands that are still playing live that are that play live that we can watch maybe get some of the same energy. A friend of mine just went and saw Pennywise. He said they were still rocking it good. Yeah,
I got to hand it to Pennywise overall.
Yeah,
even though I like their earlier albums, their tempo really hasn't changed.
Right.
And they've become more melodic over the years.
Yeah. But I've yet to hear a Pennywise album where I was like, oh, that's terrible.
Yeah, no,
right?
I agree.
I'll say, oh, that's not as good as About Time or Unknown Road or some of these other ones. But even that one they did with the singer for Ignite was decent.
Oh, Ignite's a great one.
I mean, dude, I love Ignite. I never knew who they were until I saw them live. I don't remember where now. They opened for somebody, and I was like, dude, I bought their EP and their full length. It was right when, what's that album?
Calling All Our Brothers?
Place Called Home.
Place Called Home
had just come out. So that was like 99, 2000, I think. But then I bought their EP too, which was, I forgot the name of it now, but it had like Veteran and Bullets Included, No Thought Required.
Those are great, dude.
Fantastic.
So I saw them when they first came out with Calling All My Brothers. When they
that's like the first album. Yeah.
And
they had a different singer then.
And I was in complete awe of their, not just their stage presence.
Yeah.
But his vocal range is like, what am I listening to? And That was the first time I think I ever actually heard, and intelligent. Again, intelligent.
Yeah.
Music,
Oh,
right?
yeah. Yeah.
Very intelligent music.
Mm-hmm.
He knew what he wanted to say, and they said it well.
Yeah.
And his lyrics were written well.
Right.
But it was the first time I've ever actually heard like what I would consider almost like a glam metal singer.
Yeah.
In a punk band, because he had that kind of range.
Oh, he totally could have done it. Yeah.
And just intelligent.
Yeah.
But yeah. So, anyways, a friend of mine just went and saw Guttermouth up at San Luis, right, like a month ago.
Yeah.
And she'd never heard Guttermouth. She went with a couple friends, never heard of him. She does like again, like the Sum 41 style punk.
Is she younger than us?
Yes.
Okay.
She's a millennial.
That's
right?
why. Oh, okay.
Right?
Gotcha.
She's in her mid 30s,
and
she said it was the most horrible. If Mark and the band could hear me say this next part, they'd be like, "That's what we were going for."
Yeah, they will. They listen to this. This is their favorite podcast. Yeah,
I don't know if you know that. They follow you. It's under pseudonym names, though, so that way they don't get canceled.
Yeah.
She said it was the most horrible waste of time and space that she'd ever spent money on.
Nice.
And she said, "Never again will I go to a." And I'm like, "Why?" She's like, "He was just weird." I'm like, "Well,
yeah,
that's the point,
right?"
No, he was just weird. Like weird how? Like, well, he was acting like his penis was the microphone and like swinging it around all crazy. And I'm just like, "That's bugging you."
Yeah.
Like, you should have seen the stuff we were doing back in the day. 'Cause,
Right.
like it was vile, not weird. It was vile.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And yeah, they don't get it.
Yeah.
That next generation has changed it so much.
I wonder if she were to hear an album by them, if she would appreciate it more than the live show.
I think she said she listened to a couple of albums before because she wanted to know who she was going to sing.
Did she like it then or no?
She said the music was okay, but she said the lyrics are gross. And I'm like,
yeah. Hence the name Guttermouth.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. 100%. And like, I didn't really take offense to it, but like I've seen Guttermouth a lot, dude.
Sure.
Like, because they used to come through this area.
Oh yeah.
And Numbskull shows were like a thing, dude.
Yeah.
And so
that was awesome back in the day.
Yeah, but and some of me thinks that because we were just in the right place at the right time with the right energy and the right right shows, that we got a chance to experience something that people just don't get.
No.
And so. And I feel grateful for that, but I also feel like a little let down for the next generation because I'm like, dude, you guys are missing out.
Yeah, but don't you feel like everybody has that era? Like
the golden era for themselves?
Well, yeah, like my dad would say, oh, in the 60s, we saw a band. I was at Woodstock. I saw these. Like, you guys will never get to experience something like that.
No, I agree.
Right? And we might say that about these punk shows we went to our kids, but our kids will probably have their own thing like that.
Yeah,
they're going to tell their kids about
since
someday.
The phones have shown up, it's not the same, dude. Like, you see these kids on their phones more than enjoying the show.
Yeah. That's bad.
They're not engaged, man.
And just like anything, they're on their phones all the time.
Engaged.
Yeah.
Like, it's just the craziest thing.
Yeah.
They don't want to slam down unless they're hardcore kids, and then they look like they're like fist pumping. Like,
right.
I don't.
Yeah.
And that's a whole other thing that's killing the scene. This crowd killing thing is stupid.
Yeah.
It's the dumbest thing ever. I mean, crowd killing is the lamest thing. I don't even want to talk about it. It's so dumb. You know what I'm talking about, right? Crowd killing is the dumbest thing ever, and that's again killing shows.
Right.
Thus, people want to go to shows because they see that kind of violence. And like, I don't want to go back to that.
Right.
And the only people that end up going to see these bands that are putting out amazing music, right?
Yeah.
Is like 10, 15 kids that are all willing to just punch on each other.
Yeah.
It's like it's not dancing; they're just punching on each other.
Yeah.
And they call it dancing, but it's not.
Right.
And
it's not the same.
It's not the same.
Yeah.
And so now these bands are never going to get any kind of exposure, and so again, it's killing the scene.
Right.
So. Yeah, it's kind of dead, man. And I'm not just saying it because we lived in the golden era. I mean, I would say that we grew up in the best era of punk because we had everything that was before still incorporated into our culture.
Yeah, for sure.
And then after us, it kind of like, yeah. And I would say metal's the same way.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
I feel like metal's been dead for longer.
Metal's coming back though.
Is it?
Yeah, it's on a comeback.
Okay.
And I think it's because of that reason, because it's an untapped culture scene.
Yeah.
And so there's a lot more metal shows right now that you can, if you're out like in the music scene at all, a lot easier to find metal shows than punk shows.
Yeah.
People are tired of punk. It's too political.
Yeah.
And the people that aren't political are not writing good music.
Right.
So it's sad.
Yeah. It's I mean, it's always been political, but it's like now people are so
polarized.
Offended.
They're
now.
polarized.
Yeah. And they just like, it's like you can't say, like you can't talk to somebody or hear a song. Like, I can't tell you how many times I'll hear somebody say to me, oh, I stopped watching that show because it turns out the actor believes this politically, or I don't listen to that band anymore because I saw a live performance where he voiced his support for Trump, or he voiced his support for Kamala Harris, or whatever it is, right? I'm like, so what?
Right.
Enjoy the art they're creating. You don't have. It doesn't mean that you agree with them
right.
politically. Like somehow you watch a movie with this guy in it, that somehow that means that you're MAGA.
Right.
I mean, why do you have to associate everything with that all the time? It's
well,
like
you heard
just
about the whole Punk in the Park thing, right?
No, what happened to it? Oh, I saw it was canceled.
Yeah, you
didn't
know
they?
why?
No, what happened?
So there. Number one, I met the promoter before.
Yeah.
He's a cool cat, right? There was different shows that they had placed up around the United States. This whole punk, you know what it is? It's this whole travel.
It's like a big festival,
it's
right?
a huge festival that travels across the United States and has different shows in different areas. Well, they were playing in Denver, okay, and one of their shows was supposed to be in Colorado, and there was a band that was on this list, right? That was supposed to play.
Yeah.
They wanted another band that was much more popular to play. And I'm actually friends with those guys too. They're called the Potato Pirates. And no, if you don't know the Potato Pirates, you should listen to them. You'll love them. They're like Rancid mixed with a little NoFX.
Really?
Yeah, and
Potato Pirates.
Potato Pirates.
Huh.
They've got 2 really, really good albums, and they made like a country-ish album, which is kind of weird. I still love it though. Again, they're friends of mine, and so like Scott has always been great. Steve has always been a
Where
nice
are they
guy.
from?
They're from Denver.
Oh.
So they're a huge draw for the Denver community because like they're a bigger band, believe it or not. They can draw in their local community anywhere from like 1,000 to 2,000 people, and that's just them as they're headlining because the scene's so much bigger out there. And so they were able to play this show back. So this other band got kicked for them coming back on, but the other band wasn't a draw. So the lead singer, like not a draw at all, like who'd heard these guys? They just happened to be on the show. So the lead singer got all butt hurt because they were on this thing and went into a deep dive on the promoter, the main promoter, Steve. The main promoter, I can't remember his name right now, Ron. The main promoter, Ron's background. And apparently he gave $500 money.
I did hear about this.
To a conservative
organization
that ended up giving a little bit of money to Trump.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
And so
that's not the way the news presented it. They were like, gives all this money to Trump and his mission and his. It's like, dude, that's
not even close to being true. Not even close to being true.
Yeah.
Like nowhere near being true. And I think he gave like $500, and it was his own personal money. It had nothing to do with the event.
Right.
And so it got mixed out, saying that like, oh, the money from the event's going towards that. And the Dropkick Murphys heard about it, and Dropkick Murphys was like, well, we're not playing because they're super anti-Trump, right? And they're like one of the biggest proponents that if you're not left, then you're dumb, Right. And I love Dropkick. Their music's great. I'm not trying to say that people shouldn't listen to them. I think they're good, but they're also not like political activists or leaders. Right. They're just people.
Yeah, they're all right. I never really got that into them.
They're great live.
Yeah, I saw them live once.
They're great. I'm not
ago.
really into their music whatsoever, but they put on such a good live show. Yeah. And so I'll hand them that. So if people are into them, let them be into them. I'm not into Rancid either, but they're great live. Yeah. And so like, but so they dropped out and made this ordeal, and the whole thing just went viral. Mm. And so then half the bands ended up dropping off the list, and then the other half of the bands that end up staying on, like a TSOL or an Agent Orange, like some of the older bands, like a 7 Seconds, they're like, this is stupid. And so they stayed on. So like the event still went on, but like it wasn't enough to hold the entire shows anymore. Oh. And so... Oh,
they still did do it?
They still do it. They still have it on. But it just, more bands kept dropping off as time went. And then all these bands were under contracts.
Yeah. Well, it's like a domino effect. Like if some of these political bands like, oh, we're not playing because of this Trump thing, then they almost make you feel like, oh, I better drop out too, or else you're going to be mad at me.
Well, yeah, that's the thing. Yeah, that's the thing, right? That's how it works.
Right.
And so once Dropkick backed off, all these other bands backed off. Yeah. And they want to be on the good side. Right. Now, years and years ago, when Inkmaster was a thing, I'm changing gears a little bit here. Yeah. When Inkmaster was a big deal, there was a lot of people in the tattoo community that hated it. Tattooers specifically, that didn't like it. And so because it was selling television, using tattoos to sell television. It was a weird corporate thing. And there was one dude, his name was Damon Conklin, who did something. So Oliver Peck, who was one of the judges on Inkmaster, they realized that they were losing a lot of like.
What is Inkmaster? I don't know what that is.
It's a show on television where they judge people's tattoos.
Oh, okay.
Right.
Like, so you think you can dance, but with tattoos.
Yeah. But there's a whole lot more drama.
Okay.
Like a whole lot more drama because you're dealing with a bunch of, like, again, they're selling television, they're not selling tattoos, right?
Yeah.
So one of the judges on the show ends up making this flash sheet trying to get more like provenance to other tattooers because people respect this judge because he's still like a traditional guy and he's been around.
Yeah.
And he makes this flash sheet and they send it out to over 10,000 tattoo shops in the United States, and which is a lot.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And you got it in the mail, and they said this. It was like an early like Instagram thing. Where like, oh, if you do one of the pieces off this for a Valentine's Day and then tag Inkmaster, we're going to choose the winner. We're going to send you on a free trip out to New York to be part of the Inkmaster season finale, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
Well, this guy Damon Conklin, the super genius, is kind of a bigger name in the tattoo industry, decided he was going to take this flash sheet and throw it in his toilet and piss on it.
Nice. And record that
and
so
recorded
everybody would see it.
Right. And then tagged Inkmaster. Well, he's such a big name, and everyone was like kind of already like on the fence about like how they feel about Inkmaster, and most tattooers were trying to get in good.
Yeah.
That they thought it would be a better idea to like, oh, let's do this instead. And so that idea just went viral. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And
which sucks for the other people involved.
It sucks for the promoters of Inkmaster, but I understand it just ended up going that way. And there were, and I'm not even exaggerating, there were thousands of people that were like wiping their butts with it. They were like whatever, dude, like and like tagging Inkmaster. And the only people that were actually doing the pieces weren't good. And so I looked at it and I'm like, it's a free trip to New York, bro.
Yeah, right.
Like it's all expensive paid, and like in Manhattan for 3 days. I'm like, dude, I want to go to New York.
Yeah.
So I did a couple pieces off of it, and I won.
Oh wow!
Because the people that were tagging it were nothing.
Yeah.
They were like garbage or trash.
Right.
And here I am. I'm like on the other level of these other guys.
Yeah.
But that whole thing went viral. So they ended up calling me and be like, "Yeah, you're our season's winner this year."
Oh really?
They picked me up at the house. At my house, flew me out to San Jose, put me on a first class freaking flight out to New York. It was a red eye, but it was still first class.
Yeah.
Right?
Champagne and caviar on the flight.
Checked me into like a $400 right. Checked me into like a $400 Manhattan hotel.
Yeah.
Beautiful. Got shuttled around to the shows because they were doing the season finale like there.
Yeah.
And they were supposed to put me on television saying this year's Flash contest winner, and they were just supposed to sit there and wave.
Yeah.
And right when they saw me, they're like, "Oh, you're way too big for television. We can't even use you."
Oh man.
And I was like, "What?" And they said, "Look, man, like if you look at everyone on television, they're like under 6 foot usually." Yeah. And like here you are like 6'4", 6'5", and at the time I was like in the middle of powerlifting, so I was like 500 pounds.
Wow.
And I was just an ogre of a man, right? And they're like, "You're just too big. You're gonna look like a balloon. Like we can't." And I was all, "Thank you." Like those were the exact words. Like, "You're just too big for television." I'm like, "Well, thanks, bro."
How many people have ever heard those words before? You're probably in an elite group of like 10 people or something.
Yeah. You know, just look at this giant, man. This is too big for television. You're just not going to look good. Mm-hmm. Like this flat out, you're not going to look good. Yeah. I was like, "Cool, man." So then they didn't even put me on the show. Yeah. But I still got to go to the after party with all the other artists. I still got to do all these other things, and like, they paid for a free trip to New York. So all that to be said, right?
So you never even got on TV or nothing?
Nothing. And I don't even care.
Did you get to do anything fun while you were in New York?
Oh, of course, man. I got a free trip to New York.
Was it just you by yourself?
Me and my ex.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So for both of us, a free trip, right?
Yeah.
And so, like, yeah, man, the food was great. We got to travel and see downtown. She'd never been out there. Nice. And, like, got to check out the other boroughs, dude, and it's on someone else's dime.
Yeah.
All that to be said, just because something goes viral doesn't mean it's wrong.
Right.
or it's right. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like if you sometimes on the opposite side of the bad stuff, there's an opportunity waiting, and all you have to do is take it.
There you go, man.
Because I got a free trip to New York.
There you go.
Right.
Nice.
So yeah, punk is dead.
Well, I'm still going to live in the 90s, man. That's just what I'm going to do.
I love you there.
Yeah, that's just where I belong.
It's good for you. It's healthy, actually.
I'll just stay there forever.
It's healthy.
Yeah, I just always tell my kids that. Just like new music is, and I've been getting into a lot of like pop music lately, which is not really my style, but I just can't it's not really new music, but it's stuff like The Weeknd and Lana Del Rey and that kind of stuff. Like I'm really digging that stuff, man, and I don't know why. It's just like hitting me a certain way, and but like I always tell the kids, like, yeah, but the music that we had back then, you're just never going to be able to match that. But then I think my parents did the same thing to me about 100%. The 60s. So,
but they weren't wrong, dude. Like
right.
they're the origins of it, right?
Oh,
so
yeah.
like, 100%.
Yeah.
I mean,
yeah.
You want to say Led Zeppelin's probably one of the greatest bands of all time, dude.
Of course.
And to me, like, if you say you don't like Led Zeppelin, I'm like questioning your like.
Yeah, you have a sign of a serious mental disorder.
Yeah, there might be something wrong with you. And then if I say you don't like Rush and Led Zeppelin, well, then I don't even want to talk to you anymore.
See, I just got in this conversation with my dad the other day because he what did he text me? Something about we were going back and forth about best musicians, right? We were talking about bass players, and I always say Matt Freeman's my favorite bass player. I think he's the best. But
and he probably say Geddy.
Then, huh?
He probably say Geddy, right?
No, see, he hates Rush.
What?
Yes, that's what I said. I put Geddy Lee at number 3, bass players. Because that's what brought it up. Because he always says, "Oh, and you like Rush with their singer that sounds like a woman," and I was like, "Dad, you love Led Zeppelin. You're trying to tell me Robert Plant doesn't sound almost as high as Geddy Lee, especially if you listen to like the first Rush album. They literally sound like Led Zeppelin on the first Rush album.
The fact they even admit that they know that they were copying Led Zeppelin.
Totally, they were like almost like a Led Zeppelin tribute band or something that was writing their own songs. They even have a couple Led Zeppelin covers out there you can find from their early days. But and obviously they changed a lot as they went down the road. As soon as Pert joined the band, they went a whole different route lyrically and everything else. But I think that's what we brought it up. He sent me. That's what it was. He sent me a video of John Bonham playing with Led Zeppelin back in the day, and he says best drummer of all time. Yeah, and I was like, oh, he's up there. I said, but Neil Peart's pretty up there. And then that's the guy talking about Rush, and then he started bringing in what's that band he loved? Cream. He started talking about like Ginger Baker and some of those guys and stuff, which Cream's great, don't get me wrong, but only 3 albums. So
Karen Carpenter, greatest drummer ever.
You think she's the best drummer ever, huh?
No, I'm just saying because it's funny.
But
she's really good.
Yeah, but in an intersectional way, she was the first awesome girl drummer
by far,
right? I mean,
100%.
She was paving the way.
Yeah, and for as skinny as she was, I mean, she was the same size as the Sticks.
Yeah.
That's how she died, the whole anorexia thing.
Yeah, I know.
Believe me, anorexia. But anyway,
one of them. Yeah.
So here's the thing: Led Zeppelin to me is a better band
than Rush.
Okay.
I'll pray for you.
Well, but because I think Led Zeppelin is just musically more gifted.
Yeah.
Right. I think their song arrangements and their composition is better. Neil Peart is a way better drummer than John Bonham. 100%. Okay. Neil Peart is a better drummer.
Well, plus he wrote all the lyrics too, so there's something to be said for that too.
And so he's better. But who people sleep on is Boston.
Oh, the band Boston.
Do your research about what they actually contributed to music.
Okay. And
your mind's going to get blown with this MIT professor that decided to play music.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
That's the drummer.
No, it's their guitar player.
Oh, okay.
But he invented stuff that that people don't even understand, like foot pedals, and because everyone was just going from channel to channel back in the day.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And they had 2 amps, and they would click over the channel on the guitar, and they would do their leads, and they would click back over. It's like, but no, this guy's like invented foot pedals and wah-wahs. Like he invented all this stuff.
Yeah, see, I didn't know that.
So most people
I like Boston, but I don't know a lot about
Boston is amazing.
Yeah.
When you get that in your head and you go back and listen to like some of their stuff, and you're like, oh, dang, I never put that together.
Yeah.
And so Boston's pretty influential.
Okay.
We're talking about the older stuff. You know who I've been listening to a lot of lately is you ever heard of Khruangbin? Khruangbin?
No, is it German?
No. It's Kate.
Sounds like a German word.
No, it does, right?
Khruangbin.
Du hast mich. What is that?
I don't know.
Du hast. Remember? Oh my gosh, they're a German band. They're like a huge German band.
Oh, I don't know. The only German band I know is Viso on Fat Records.
Rammstein.
Oh, Rammstein. Yeah, I know them too. Yeah,
you know more than one German band.
I know two now.
David Hasselhoff,
yeah.
bro.
Is he German?
Yeah.
Is he really?
Hasselhoff? Give me a break, dude. You've never heard the band Hasselhoff?
No. He was in it?
Yeah.
He sang in that band?
Dude, David Hasselhoff is one of the biggest European stars of all time singing.
I thought he was big in Japan. Isn't that what they
Well, I mean, he's tall, yeah. But when I was in Japan, I was like Godzilla walking around that place.
I can't take that guy seriously. I'm sorry.
It's hard to say, dude. It's almost like...
Is he a good singer? Does he sound good? Or is there a reason he's big in Europe and not here?
There's a reason he's big in Europe and not here.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, Knight Rider's a big deal over there.
Yeah. I liked Knight Rider when I was a kid.
So did I.
Yeah.
But it was about the car, not him.
It wasn't because of him. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, they could have put...
And then Baywatch I liked.
They could have had like
Nicole
David Carradine playing with Knight Rider. I'm like, there's a talking car.
He probably would have been better, David Carradine. Yeah, he would have
The car and Kung Fu, the two meet.
Hey.
Oh my gosh.
Let's bring it back,
great,
dude. Let's do it. Let's write the script. Let's get it out there, man.
Sharknado.
Yeah, exactly.
That's what that would be like.
Well, look what that happened with that. That's got like this big cult following,
awesome,
and I haven't seen any of them. I just can't even.
The third one is the best.
Really?
I've seen all of them. That's sad. I can say that.
It's just, I mean, come on.
The third one's the best.
It's almost insulting that someone could make something like that and it becomes so popular. To me, that's like proof that our society is going downhill.
No, it's just so cheesy.
Yeah.
Intentionally.
I know. It has to be.
There's no way around it.
Yeah.
It's so cheesy. It's great.
And plus, I got that guy from 90210 in there.
Yeah, you can't take nothing seriously.
Yeah.
Tara Reid, like nothing.
Oh, Tara Reid's in it too. That's right.
Man. Yeah, that's actually
that's where she ended up.
Yeah,
after her American Pie days.
All right, so like God bless her.
Oh man,
that's funny, dude.
Yeah.
So Neil Peart is definitely a better drummer. All that to be said.
Mm-hmm.
But Khruangbin, Kharugbin, Khruangbin.
Okay.
They're like rock jazz.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm really listening to other stuff now that we're older and getting it. I mean, I've always loved all music.
Yeah, me too. But I find myself getting kind of tired of the same sound, so that's why I'm kind of. And it's a lot of it's because of this show. To be honest with you, like people will suggest stuff to me, and I'm like, oh, I'll check. I'll have some young 20-something, and they're like, oh, my favorite is whatever Chaperone or whatever, and it's like, who the heck is that? And then I'll look her up, and it's like, oh, that's pretty cool, Yeah. So I'll start listening to some of this stuff,
And then Lakey inspired, Lakey inspired.
No.
Is
that a name or a band?
It's a dude.
Okay.
And he writes like and another guy XXSNT, right?
See, I'm gonna have to look all these up.
They're all like lo-fi artists. And so
my son has a couple lo-fi albums.
Yeah, and they're great, man.
Yeah, I love listening to that.
The XXSNT is actually a Christian lo-fi artist.
Oh, okay.
And so he'll take like old preaching like bits, like say like Billy Graham.
Yeah,
the Lord can use you, and like he mixes that into like his like like his songs, whatever.
That's kind of cool.
That's why God gave us the Holy Spirit.
Yeah, that's kind of neat.
To fill you with His Holy Spirit. I mean, it's so cool sounding.
Yeah,
you're like, oh, that's really cool.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. But besides that, it's
I wrote this down when you were talking about the lyrics that you're writing for Hostile Takedown, but it reminded me of like when you're talking about some of these kind of almost violence, graphically kind of, morbid's probably too strong a word, but like talking about like flesh from bone, like this kind of stuff that seems brutal, but that it's expressing a spiritual truth or a something in that way. And I thought of like Demon Hunter. 100%. And I feel like Demon Hunter has a lot of lyrics that are like that. Right. And even like you were saying, the Christian community kind of coming at you. The Christian community kind of came at them, especially in the beginning. They're like, well, how can you say you're a Christian band? You're screaming on the mic. You're talking about, what was that song that came out with? I forgot the name of it now. There was a song on one of their early albums. I think it was on their second album. It was an awesome song, but it was like that. It was lyrically brutal. And it was like, dude, like, but I'm sitting there going, no, you don't understand what he's saying. He's talking about the Lord. Like he's talking about the walk and what it's like to be a Christian in this world. And that's he's using very graphic imagery to get that across. But yeah, you're a fan, Demon Hunter?
I love him.
Okay. Still?
Yeah.
Even the new stuff?
Yeah, I mean, it's okay.
Yeah, I like it.
It's a little overproduced.
Yeah.
But that's only because if I'd have heard that album first, I'd be like, oh, it's cool.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, that's a thing, dude.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
Yeah.
What about Dogwood? Let's take it back to Dogwood, bro.
Dogwood's the best.
So before I was saved, I killed the Son of God today.
Best, dude.
Right?
Best song ever.
What are the lyrics? I built
the cross where he was slain.
Yeah. My sin's a hand that held the hammer that drove the nails through his skin.
Yeah.
When I was unsaved, I was like, right, I did.
Yeah. Yeah. When you were unsaved, you said it.
When I was unsaved.
So you heard that when you were unsaved.
And I was like, yeah, screw him.
Oh, wow. You didn't even get it. You didn't get what he was trying to say in that. Wow. See, I didn't hear it till after I was saved. So
you see what I'm saying?
It just brought me to tears the first
time.
So
when I saw them live, quite a few years back, pre-COVID.
Yeah.
They played at the Ventura Theater.
Oh, I was there that night. We talked about this last time with MXPX and Fire Iron. Yeah.
When I saw them live and they played that song, I was in the middle of that pit with my arms raised because I had seen them on a whole nother level.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And I love duality.
Yeah.
Right? Not like in a yin-yang kind of way. I just love duality.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I love that something can have multiple meanings. That's what true art is. When you look at something and someone can see something, another person just gets completely different inspired. Mm-hmm. And you can look at something on the wall or a song or a theatrical aspect and just be so moved and inspired by it. But someone else can be just as equally moved and inspired, but have a completely different outcome of what that looked like.
Yeah.
When I first heard that Dogwood song, I was like full-on Satanist.
Oh, wow. How did you hear it then? Like, did you have a Christian friend that showed it to you?
They were part of. I went to a U-turn show.
Oh, okay.
And I was like, "Oh, these guys are good."
Oh, you saw them live the first time.
I saw them live, and I was like, "Oh, these guys are pretty good." They're like a lag wagon, or like that kind of like thing. I was like, "They're really good."
Yeah.
And then they had a cassette tape.
Oh, which one was it? The demo?
It was their first demo.
Okay.
And then I bought. I saw them again at First Christian.
I didn't know they played there.
With Stave Saker.
Oh. See, I've never got to see
Dude, now Stave Saker is an amazing band, dude.
Yeah,
like,
for sure.
The stuff that most people don't... They heard their first album, they're like, oh, that's really good. But like their later stuff is like very Tool.
Absolutes, to me, is their best album.
It's
a lot of people say Speakeasy. I think Absolutes is their best album. Lyrically, every song.
They have later stuff after that that's like EP stuff, like singles that they drop.
Oh, okay.
That sound just like Tool.
Really?
Like that kind of like
their style changed, you mean?
Crazy good, dude.
Okay.
And I love Tool.
Yeah.
Right?
I think the last one I heard was on the one they released on Nitro.
Okay.
I think it's called Stave Saker.
Yeah.
It's one with the Alice Wishlist on it, Wishlist and all that, yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, I saw them with Stave Saker.
Okay.
Right. And I bought a couple CDs from them. Mm-hmm. And because I had an MXPX CD when I was unsaved too. Like it was good punk.
See, MXPX I had before I was saved too.
Their first album, Poking At Ya, was amazingly good.
Yes, I had a cassette tape. It was actually, I don't know. Do you remember Jeff Gordon?
Yeah.
So he worked with me at Taco Bell, and I was an anti-Christian. I hated Christians, and he was a Christian.
Right.
And he knew I loved Bad Religion and NoFX and all these bands. So he's like, "Oh, check this out. This is a Christian punk band." At first, I'm like, "Whatever, dude." But I brought it home, and it was a cassette tape, and it had Pokin' At Ya on one side and Teenage Politics on the other side. And I played that thing, and I was like, dang, I don't care if these guys are Christians. This is good stuff. This is awesome. So
you can't, especially Pokin' At Ya. Like none of their other albums were as good as that.
That was heavier, yeah.
I hated all their other stuff.
If you can find it, if you can't, let me know. I'll let you borrow it. But it's called what's it called? Orange Station Wagon.
Okay.
It was a demo they released prior to Pokin' At Ya.
Oh, I'd love to hear that.
Dude, it's something. Yeah.
I'd love to hear that.
It's very Pokin' At Ya sounding, but there's none of the same songs. They're all...
And they were a three-piece.
Yeah.
There's so much sound. So big sound.
Oh, yeah, dude. Yeah. Good stuff.
So I saw them, dude, and I remember, like, listening to some of this stuff, and just being like, yeah, dude, I put him on the cross.
Okay. Yeah.
That's right, I did.
Wow.
You know what I mean? So, like...
Yeah.
It didn't affect me. And the other songs were so unity-based that I was like, oh, so it's like Bro Hymn.
Right.
Where it's like a unity-based aspect, you know?
Yeah. Yeah.
But I didn't see it. So now, I love duality. Because to me, that's duality, what I just explained. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So like, a lot of metal does that. A lot of metal does that. So, like, we brought up Creeping Death from Metallica earlier, right? Like, that's, I mean, what side of the fence are you sitting on when you... will dictate how you view that.
Yeah, but they wouldn't. None of them would claim to be Christians.
Not at all.
They like the symbolism. Like I said, a lot of early metal, they liked that biblical symbolism that they would use a lot of the stories and stuff in there, you know?
Yeah, but now they've all gotten older.
Yeah. Yeah, who knows now, right? Yeah. Maybe I'll have James Hetfield on the show someday and I'll ask him.
Maybe. I can make that happen.
Can you?
Yeah.
That'd be great, man.
Yeah.
I'd love to get some big names on here. That's always been my dream. I'd love to talk to, but only if they would talk about that stuff. And part of me feels like they wouldn't because they'd be too worried about
perception.
Yeah, because of cancel culture and that kind of stuff. I mean, I have average Joes that won't even come on the show for that reason. And they're not even famous, you know. But like somebody that's got such a famous platform and they're well, because you know, I mean, just to use a weird example, like James Hetfield will come on the show and let's say he said, "Oh, I'm a Christian now and I disagree with a lot of the lyrics I wrote back in the day." Probably a lot of Metallica fans would be like, "Oh, screw that guy." Or whatever, you know, and
maybe.
That, you know, not that they're selling albums that much anymore, anyway. But
the Black Album sucked, anyways.
Yeah, well, I wouldn't go as far to say sucked, but I could pick some songs off of each of those.
I would.
I thought their last one was decent.
That's cool.
72 seasons or whatever.
I love that for you.
Yeah, that's right. You know. I agree that Black was their peak, and everything up until that point was their best music, and like, hands down.
If you look at the 4 albums prior to the Black Album, they had a certain time, but they wrote the Black Album, and it. Much of the music, even though if you listen from like a Metallica point, from if you're a fan to that point, you would say like this album's horrible, right?
Yeah.
But what they did to music as a whole, they wrote a ballad album, basically, and softened it up. And guess what? Everyone else did. They followed suit,
right?
And that shows you how much provenance and power they had. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
We got like.
So they killed metal. That's what you're saying. They killed metal with the Black Album.
I think they just brought a slower tempo into it. They started making thrash bands because that's what they were. They were a thrash band,
right? Oh, especially on like Kill 'Em All.
Kill 'Em All, Ride the Lightning. It's thrash, bro.
Right?
Like you know, even and Justice. Like there's a lot of thrash going on there, and they took it to a mainstream level, and bands like Sepultura made a slower album after that.
Yeah,
like. I mean, name a band, dude. They made a slower album.
Yeah,
like
Megadeth
made a slower album.
They saw what happened with the Black. I mean, the Black Album not only put Metallica on the map for a lot of people, because a lot of people didn't even know who they were before that.
Right.
Until and Enter Sandman was the first one, which is pretty heavy. But then you got as soon as like Nothing Else Matters came out, a whole new audience was like, "What? Oh, I like this song." Of course, they listen to the rest of the album like, "Oh, that's way too heavy." But this Nothing Else Matters is good.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, and for me, like for like most of our friends, I think Headbangers Ball with Ricky Rackman, and seeing like Metallica late at night with One, on MTV.
It was a gnarly video too.
And I remember that being one of the first videos where I was like, oh dang, because I'd already listened to that kind of music anyway.
Yeah.
But seeing Lars's feet on the double bass, I was like, oh, that was cool.
Yeah.
That's gonna hook people. And I knew it right when I saw it. It was a brrr-da, brrr-da, brrr-da. And it's it was cool to see, like visually see it, because you can like listen to metal and be like, oh, that's weird, but if you can actually watch it and hear it, it does something to synapse in the brain where you're like, oh, it makes sense now.
Oh, right.
And so I think that was really, really cool.
Yeah.
Really cool to see. But yeah, some of those songs are what they're writing about. A lot of these guys, if you listen to some of these older metalheads, they're going to tell you that, oh yeah, most of them are Christian. They realize, those ways weren't a thing.
Yeah.
And so the duality, we're talking about duality, the duality is really cool to me.
Right.
Yeah. And I think if I had to actually describe myself in one word, I think that would be it.
Duality?
Yeah. I think that would be it. If I had to choose like a singular word, there are a lot of attributes of me, but like even when I read the Bible, like I'm always looking at like, well, there's all the stuff that we're talking about is in Psalms and Lamentations, and like there's these moments like in those spots where it's like most people who don't know the word are like, well, it's all fun and loves and hugs and muffins and lollipops and butterfly kisses, and that's what Jesus says.
Yeah.
Oh, it's like, no, dude, Jesus cuts to the marrow of who you are.
Yeah.
And you want to talk about brutality?
Right.
That book has more brutality in it than any other thing you could possibly imagine. But where do you think I get it from? Yeah. And it's like that's where I'm coming from when I'm writing stuff now. It's like, dude, that is a part of the core of who I am. It's the main core of who I am. Right. I'm writing from a duality point of view.
Yeah, and this is a really good topic. I love that we're talking about this because it's an important topic because there's been so, as you know, we've talked many times, whether it's at lunch or whatever, but about the issues I have with the church and the issues I have with what I call churchiness and like this whole, in my opinion, unbiblical idea of what Christianity is supposed to look like. Okay. And you have all these churchgoers just like living their lives as churchgoers, and they don't get it. They don't get a lot of things. It's just kind of it's like a club for them almost, you know? And so whenever you start talking about the Bible and what it says and that kind of stuff. But you take something like, I'm going somewhere with this, I promise. But when you take something like, I do the music CDs at work, like at the library, I'm the one that catalogs them, puts them in the system, and I always like to read. I may have already told you this before, but I always like to read the thanks, because it's fascinating to me. Like I'll get this parental advisory album. I always use Beyonce as an example. Beyonce's album, which the front cover is literally her bare backside as the full front cover. Parental advisory sticker on there. Lyrics are just overtly sexual, profanities everywhere in the album. But then in the thank yous, you're going to see, I just want to thank my Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ, for giving me the ability to create this music. And to me, when I see something like that, and you might disagree with me on this, I see that, to me, that's like someone who tells me they're a vegetarian, but they eat meat. Like it just doesn't fit. It's like saying, I am this thing, yet my lifestyle is the exact opposite of what that thing represents, right? Now, earlier you brought up like tattooing and that kind of thing. I always go to scripture. Like if someone tried to come to me and say, tattooing is evil and of the devil, I would say, show me that in scripture. Right. And when they can't, then I'm going to say, leave that alone. It's not in there. You heard that from your grandpa's grandpa's. It's been passed down for years. Tattooing is evil. Tattooing is evil. It's not. You have no scriptural support for that belief system. So just drop it and move on. Right. But if I was sitting across from Beyonce right now, that'd be a fun conversation. And maybe I had Jay-Z in that seat, but I'd be talking to them, and they're trying to tell me that they're Christians and they're diehard Christians. They just love the Lord Jesus, and I would ask them, well, then why does your art go against so much of what Scripture teaches? Because Scripture does talk about profanity. Scripture does talk about sexual immorality, and it does talk about how our lives are to be a representation of Christ. Doesn't mean we're supposed to be perfect. Because I think that is a representation of Christ. As we're falling down and he's building us up, and we're falling down and building us up. That's all Christianity, and we should look like that. But if we're just living a lifestyle that is continuously sinful and anti-Christ, really, and the outside world sees us as no different than them, I don't know, man. I don't know about that. I think that's, I know I just said a whole bunch of stuff all at once, but I'm just trying to kind of paint a picture of where I'm getting at here. But
I'm with you.
Okay.
So when I hear that, we'll say the Beyonce thing. Let's go back to that, because that's the crux of everything, right?
Because we're such both big fans.
Yeah. So, especially her country album.
Oh yeah, it's the best.
Good Lord.
Yeah, fantastic.
And she won awards for that.
Of course she did, dude. She's a black woman.
Pay for that, dude.
Black woman, dude.
You don't even have to pay for that.
Yes, that was all the white privilege. That's why she got that. That's what that was.
So when I hear that, like what you just said, right?
Yeah.
And this Beyonce booty shaker.
Yeah.
Like, lyrics extremely sexually overt, and even like anti-nuclear family.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And I get it. Right.
Right.
I'm with you on that. 100%.
Sure.
And then she says, "I want to thank my Lord and Savior Jesus Christ." Right.
Yeah.
For giving me the ability.
Yeah.
From a satanic point of view, that actually makes sense.
Oh, if her Lord and Savior is the Antichrist, or is the devil? You mean?
Well, think about it from a true Satanism never denies that Jesus is who he claims to be.
Sure.
Right?
No, Satan knows real well who Jesus is.
Right. No, but you see what I'm saying?
Sure.
So it's not like Satan's giving ability to be that person, right? Satan just adapts their own sinful nature to it. So the whole like do what's thou will thing. So yeah, God gives you your God-given gifts and ability. They're actually made in his image, but Satan morphs them to be what he wants them to use for. And so for her to say like, yeah, I want to thank my Lord and Savior, is almost a blasphemy.
Okay.
But intentional.
Do you think she's conscious about that?
Oh, yeah.
You think she's purposely thanking the Lord knowing that she...
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Oh, yeah, 100%.
Okay. Because it's not just her; it's lots of them.
So, yeah, but she also has like an altered, like demonic thing called Sasha Fierce that she turns into, right?
For sexual gratification, she claims,
and for like performing on stage,
right,
where she actually turns into, and like if you go down a deep dive, you're gonna find like how her face morphs and all kinds of weird stuff, right? Yeah. That's some like, I don't want to even talk about that. That's like a whole nother like.
You're getting some Illuminati kind of stuff.
Yeah, that's like a whole other thing, dude. And we're not. I don't know.
Oh man.
But whatever, dude. You don't know what you can trust or see. So.
Right.
But like I honestly think that like if someone was like truly like when I told you earlier I was in the Church of Satan, right, at one time. I told you that before.
You actually attended the Church of Satan?
I ran one.
Did you really? I don't think I knew that.
Out of Lompoc.
I don't think I knew that.
I had like 11 members.
When was that? Like timeline-wise, like after high school, but before prison?
After high school.
Before your last prison run. Yeah. Okay.
And I never denied that God was who he claimed to be, but if God made me who I am, if I deny myself the deeds of flesh, then I'm denying the nature that God made me in.
Right.
And so the more I acted upon the things that I wanted to do, because do what thou will is the first, right? The more I was actually being godlike. And so I never denied that Jesus was, or that God, I just hated him.
And you were conscious of that and open about that, which is almost better in a sense, because then, I look at a guy like that and I understand why you came to the Lord eventually, because you were open and honest about it. But it seems like there's a lot of people that won't even admit that part.
Right.
You know, like somebody like Christopher Hitchens, who spent his whole life trying to disprove God, or Richard Dawkins. But like Christopher Hitchens actually, or somebody, who was that? Frank Turk, I think it was.
Right.
Told Christopher Hitchens one time when they were in a debate, he says, "Let me get this straight, Chris. Your stance is there is no God, and I hate him." Right? Like,
sounds crazy.
Right? Because it doesn't make any sense. How can you hate something that's not real in your mind? Because Frank Turk's point was deep down, Christopher Hitchens knew.
Right.
He might not have been conscious of it. He might not have been open about it, but he knew somewhere deep down in his heart that God's real. 100%. And that's why he hated him so much, because God was saying, you can't do that. You can't be this way and believe in me at the same time, you know? And I was the same way. That's why I hated Christianity. That's why I hated people telling me, yes, Ryan, we found the only way. Our belief system, what we call Christianity, is the only way. It's either this or you're burning in hell for eternity. And all the other religions that I heard of were not like that. They were like, oh, yeah, this is what we believe, and you can believe what you want, and we'll all end up in some happy place someday. I was fine with all that.
Many paths.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, but this whole like one-way thing, I was like, no, that's too narrow-minded. That's why I hated Christianity so much.
No, I completely understand that.
Yeah.
But my point of view was never that. My point of view, I always believed that there was a God.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
I just hated him.
That's interesting, because most people would never say what you just said.
Yeah.
That's my point.
Yeah. Again, I'm always been as honest as I could.
Yeah.
Didn't care whose ears it hurt. And I think that if you're in a higher level up of any kind of like satanic, not these atheist Satanists that are claiming to be that, because that's hogwash.
Yeah.
You're just quasi Satanist. If you're a true actual like Church of Satan, Anton LaVey follower, you have to in every way, shape. If you've read the Satanic Bible, if you've read his 10 Horcrux, if you've read any of that kind of stuff that he's into, that he wrote, there's in no way, shape, or form that you can deny that there is a God.
Yeah.
Your crux is based around that there is a God who made you perfect the way you are, and so you must act accordingly, otherwise you're living in sin. Can't do that.
No.
So that's interesting, right?
Yeah.
So if you're at a higher level of this whole like, oh, we're gonna do witchcraft and like that's all like beginner stuff, dude. Like the crystals and like the healing and like all this like white witchcraft, black witchcraft, like all that. That's not real Satanism. That's where we get. That's where the church used to get people. They would fund that stuff intentionally to get people stepping stones. Like the Black Album was like the stepping stone we were just talking about for people to get into metal.
Yeah,
that's what that stuff is.
Okay,
that's lower level stuff that the literal Church of Satan would pour money into, so that way people could stay connected.
That was the gateway drug.
Yoga.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a whole deal.
Okay.
I mean, I don't know how much you want to talk about that stuff, but when I was in the church, women were great, dude. Women were great in the Church of Satan that we had. We had, like I said, we had 11 members. Myself makes 12.
Yeah.
Right. We had a blacked out spot that we used for our rituals.
Yeah.
Like, it was a big deal, dude.
Yeah.
I've never talked to you about any of this.
Not that I remember, dude. I think I would remember this. What even got you started into that to begin with?
An old biker guy, dude. This guy got me hooked up and gave me the Satanic Bible, and I read it, and I was like, well, this fits perfect.
You're like, this makes sense.
Yeah. And everything is just like, Satan in the garden. Like, did God really say? The whole Bible's, their whole Satanic Bible's like that. Wow. Literally, did God really say? Nothing has changed.
Yeah. It's like the Mormons, same thing.
Yeah.
Did God really say this?
Yeah. Right. And so, I think that you can't. But we used to have women in our churches that we would send into other Christian churches, just to cause dissent.
Really?
Yeah, but it was specific churches that we did it to. You know that. So think about this for a second. 12 people in the church. Mm-hmm. There's, like I said, there's 12 of us total, right?
Yeah.
7 of us were female, right? The divine feminine is a thing.
Yeah.
So, but
it is.
We'd send these women posing to be Christians joining a new church, just to see if they could, because this is all worship, right? Mm-hmm. Just to see if they can get dissension within the church. And so we mapped this stuff out. It was very, very militant, dude. Yeah. And I remember sending every single one of our women into different churches around the Lompoc and Santa Maria area. Wow. And there are certain churches that we sent them to on purpose, and other ones we would avoid completely because it wasn't worth the time.
In what way? Like you thought they were too solid to fall for it or something? Or
yeah. You know which churches we sent them to? No. Charismatic churches.
Oh, nice. That makes sense because they're going to buy into that stuff,
right? Because they're going to be more emotionally drawn.
Yes.
Bingo. They're going to be more, and that's just the truth, man.
Yeah.
And you could send a chick or 2 chicks into a charismatic church, and all of a sudden the man comes up and lays hands on them, and they're just like, sucker. Yeah. And then they do the same thing, and they start praying some weird blah, 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 that doesn't have to make any sense at all, and all of a sudden they're spiritual and trusted, and next thing you know, they're having an affair. But guess what that affair is? That affair is worship unto Satan.
Right. Because it's antichrist.
Because it's anti-biblical, and you're destroying this church.
That's amazing. That makes total sense. What you just said.
Cannot do it. It has to be a charismatic church.
Of course,
has to be.
Of course, yes.
Has to be. There's no way that you're sending anyone to a conformed Christian church.
Yeah.
Right. You can't send them to Lutherans.
No,
that's not going to work either.
No.
It was literally charismatic churches.
Yeah. Churches that are more emotion-based than biblically based. Yeah.
Because churches that are more drawn off of the emotions of the music as opposed to the Word of God.
Right.
Where the word sin is not uttered.
Yeah. Because that gives you the sads.
Right. So, yeah, why wouldn't you? They're already easy pickings, man. Lions don't go after the strongest of the herd. They go after the slowest.
Right.
Well, guess what? Reformed circles do not move in that way. Yeah. We completely stayed away from Reformed churches. And it was a known thing within the Satanic Church.
That's funny,
Stay away from Reformed churches. It's not worth the time.
Wow. That we definitely have not talked about this before because you just blew my mind completely.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because I mean, like I said, everything you're saying makes total sense. Yeah. But the fact that I'm actually talking to somebody that literally did this,
right?
Because I'm thinking to myself, I mean, it was back in 02, I think that I got saved. 02, 03, somewhere around there.
Yeah.
And I'm thinking to myself, there's a lot of the stuff going on in the church that we were in, like not that. And I wouldn't even call us a charismatic church.
Was it Calvary?
It was Calvary.
Yeah.
But we did have some of that kind of stuff.
They're on the borderline of that stuff.
They are. Well, depending on who's in the pulpit.
No, I meant from the other point of view.
Oh, I can understand why.
Depends on, again,
I can understand why. Because there's certain, and I say, we go there now. And I can say this, that there are certain pastors that when they're in the pulpit, because but when he comes up to do that little thing where he talks a little bit, I'm just waiting because he does things like invites spiritual gifts.
Right.
Which to me, all you're doing when you do that is you're giving some guy out in the audience or some lady out in the audience the go-ahead to act in their flesh.
Right.
Oh, if anybody has a tongue. Look in Acts chapter 2, I never heard anybody say,
hey, does anybody have a tongue for us? Can anybody share? No, you know what happened? It just stinking happened because God wanted to do it, and he did it.
And it's not some weird angelic language either.
No.
That's not the dialectos.
No.
It's a word, right?
Yes, yes.
Yeah, so like that's not even what happened.
Right.
You know, did I tell you I experienced that when I was in Thailand?
I don't know.
So I went on a missions trip to Thailand not that long ago.
Okay.
Did I tell you about that?
I don't remember.
No. So earlier in the year, or last year, so I think I spent Thanksgiving in Thailand.
Oh, just recently?
Yeah.
Just last Thanksgiving?
Last year, yeah.
Oh, fun.
And there's a church that our church is supporting out there. They're like a satellite in Thailand. And the area of Udon Thani, which is like northern Thailand by Laos. Okay, so not Bangkok, this is an uncharted area completely. This, from our understanding, it's the only Christian church in the entire Udon Thani region.
Oh, boy.
So, and Udon Thani is probably about the size of Southern California, right? Roughly. It's like as far as not in the empire, just the southern part.
Yeah.
So let's say Santa Barbara County is all the way down the coast to San Diego.
Okay.
It's about that kind of region.
Okay.
And when we showed up there, these kids were just loving. They were just great. It started off as this guy Tom and his wife Jean, who had met in Pattaya and gotten married and decided to move back to Tom's home area of Udon Thani, and he's like the mayor there, bro. Like everyone loves this guy in the town, the region that we were in.
Okay.
Everywhere we went, Tom's a celebrity.
Yeah.
And now he's bringing these white Americans, and some of these people have never even seen white people in their life, dude. Let alone
in movies.
Let alone me. Right? You got this ogre of a man, because like that region of Thailand, like I said, it's a mixture between Laotian and the Thai people, mostly, and so they're smaller in that area. They're more pygmy-ish.
Yeah.
So not one person that I meet the entire time that I was in that part of the country was over 5'5".
Oh, wow. Bunch of NBA players.
Just they're like the Oaxacans of Thailand, right? So, and they do a lot of the they have rubber trees. That's their thing. Rubber trees are a thing out there. But they have a church that we helped build, right?
Okay.
And so there are 3 villages that are in the immediate area of where this church was built, and we had they probably had over 200 congregants.
Oh, wow. It's one church building?
One church.
Okay.
And to bring that into perspective, the 3 villages in the immediate area collectively had over 800 people. And we're talking, so almost half the population, or at least a quarter of the population, is showing up to do church.
Wow.
And it's just growing.
That's awesome.
And so they're doing worship songs, but like, Americanized worship songs, but they're singing them in Thai.
Right.
And so there was a moment where I'm just so overwhelmed with, there's no cell phones, I'm just overwhelmed, bro. And how beautiful this was with these, we're talking like easily 100 kids that are being sponsored from our church and other surrounding churches. And the whole economics and that kind of stuff is a whole other story. We'll talk about that another time.
Yeah.
But in that church setting, when they were the church service, I was about to give my testimony. And I'm hearing them play these songs, and I'm hearing them sing them in Thai. And all of a sudden, I can hear it transition into English.
Nice. See? That's tongues. That's biblical tongues.
I started crying.
Yes.
And I'm bawling because, I'm hearing, and I wasn't the only one. The Christy, a girl that one of the ladies that went with us, and her husband Eric, they heard the same exact thing.
Yeah.
And I looked over at them, and they were across the room, and she's all, I can hear it in English.
Yeah.
And I walked over and said, "Can you hear this in English?" And she goes, "Yes." Wow. And we were just like in.
Yeah.
I mean, I got goosebumps from it right now, just thinking about it. I've never experienced anything like that.
Right.
I've experienced a lot of things of the Lord, even when I was in my sin, where like God was like, "You're cute."
Yeah.
And knowing that like got saved by Him and His grace when I didn't deserve it, type thing.
Right.
I get that. This is a whole other thing of experiencing God's power in a different way. And then on one of the most controversial things in the Bible is amongst Christians, which is the idea of tongues and what that is.
Right.
And I think I truly experienced that.
You did, absolutely.
Not some angelic language.
Nope.
Not something I could understand them singing in my, and it wasn't like,
You didn't need an interpreter.
No, and I can hear. And the funny thing is like, I just can't explain it. Like the etherealness of it too was really weird. And they started singing these songs, and all of a sudden Tom came up and he started talking, and I was like, he's speaking in Thai, and I can understand him. He's talking to his congregation.
Right.
He's not talking to us. We were like 12 people that showed up.
Right.
He's got 200 other people there.
Yeah, he's not going to speak in English just for you.
But I'm hearing English.
Yeah. Yeah. That's what tongues is.
And
getting people to understand that is almost impossible sometimes.
Blew my mind, bro.
Yeah. Yeah.
Blew my mind.
Right. Yes. To me, it's such a easy concept to understand. Here's God using, he's God, he can do whatever he wants. He's breaking through the language barrier and expressing something to you in the language you can understand. That's what tongues is. That's exactly what happened in Acts chapter 2. Yep. That's why they said, what's going on? We're hearing all this in our own languages.
Dialectus.
What is this?
The word was dialectus, right, in Greek.
Well, it's glossa is the word for tongue.
Tongue, right.
But dialectos is the specific dialects.
Right.
So like if you're from New Jersey as opposed to New York,
right.
Like someone from New York knows someone's from New Jersey, they're both speaking English.
Right.
Yeah, so that's how specific it was. It was not just the language; it was the dialect of the language.
It was a strong term of that word, too, right? So, like, it was like, So,
it's gnarly.
People from different regions were understanding each other.
But then people take verses where Paul will say, even if I spoke in the tongues of angels but had not love in 1 Corinthians. Yeah, right. But it's like he's not saying there is an angelic language. Yeah, his whole point was love is over everything. That's his point.
But even if I did those things, like it's almost like
right. Even if I did, love is still greater, is the point he was making. Exactly. He wasn't saying, I do this, but I cannot tell you how many people I've had sitting right where you're sitting and tell me, I have my own spiritual language that's only for me, and I talk to God in that spiritual language. And I say, does God not understand English? Oh, yeah, he understands English. Well, then why do you need a spirit language to talk to him? Oh, because it's, they get all mystical. Oh, it's because it's mystical.
Well, that's exactly why we used to send women into those churches.
Exactly. And that's smart on your side.
Well, it's not my side anymore.
No.
But when I was in
it, the side of people that are doing that.
I wasn't the one who thought of it.
It makes sense.
It was handed down through the higher ups. So, like, I was in charge of this church, and I had to go to meetings, and they would tell us what we wanted, what they wanted from us, and we had to execute it at our smaller level. Yeah, that's crazy, bro. Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah. That's amazing. That the fact that you experienced that right now in what is it, 2025, I guess that would have been. Right. But that's awesome, dude.
The people over there know how to. It's a whole nother. If I would actually move back over there and stay there. Yeah. Not just because I had like the high of doing missions type thing. Right. Because over there, the second you show up, you're being served and not being told to be served. And we don't understand that here. No. We just don't get it. No, they have a sense of service to one another, right? Just culturally that I cannot explain.
They don't need to be told.
It just happens, and it's not like right. It's like gratefulness, to be able to do it. Yes, and then people just aren't on their cell phones, bro. It literally felt like going back in time, like before we had phones, and people had them, but like they weren't on them. And I see how easily distracted we are as a culture because of those things. Yeah. And I wonder why we don't see the miracles of the Lord like how I saw over in Thailand where I got to experience his tongues here is because like, well, you got something else that's occupying your mind, brother. Right. And okay, so like it's a crazy leap. So like talking about back to the duality of it, dude, like my favorite parts of the Bible are the ones where people are being honest. Yeah. And that's how one of the main reasons why, like spiritually, that I know that it's real, more than just like the actual factual. We can get into like the 66 books written over so many years and the historical accuracies of it and like all that. That's great, right? Sure, yeah. But you hear some, and I'm going to go back the other way, where Christians are like, well, because I just do believe it. Okay, well, there's actually a spiritual implication for people to say that, right? Right. Let's not discount that. Just because they're stupid in all the other aspects doesn't mean that that's a discounted call, right? Right. I know that the Bible is real because of the duality of it, and because people are making themselves look stupid, right? And
there's humility there.
There's so much humility, and the fact that like no one is the star but Christ, right? And everything points back to Him, and so, and not just that, but like when you get into like really get into like when I went through my divorce, the whole lamenting aspect of. The lamenting aspect of of everything that you see in Psalms or Lamentations from Jeremiah. Like, when you read that stuff and you see the depravity at its lowest form being cried out to the Lord.
Yeah.
Oh, that's so real.
Yeah.
The emotional context of the word,
right.
people discredit it, but like that's what carries me, dude. Like that, it really does.
Yeah.
It really does, because there's been, like, how do I know that the Lord is my rock and my salvation and He is my fortress? I will never be shaken, because you have to be in the point of being shaken to understand what it feels like.
Right.
And so,
no,
that to me is it, man.
Yeah, and I'm with you, because when I talk about like worship music, I have a different kind of take than your standard churchgoer. It like a lot of people like the songs, "Oh, Jesus is great, Jesus is awesome, He's so wonderful, praise the Lord." That's all good and fine. Yeah. The songs that hit me, penetrate my soul, are the ones that talk about our depravity. Yeah. And how God loves us anyway. That's why songs like "Do or Die" by Dogwood hit me like the way they do, or songs like "Dandelions" by Five Iron Frenzy. Right. Like, to me, those are worship songs. These are songs 100%. Where I can cry out to the Lord and be like, "Why? Why do you love me? Why are you still with me? Why? Why have you not left me? I've given you every reason in the book to leave me at this point, and you haven't. Why? That's real to me. You know, it's like, dude, it's like boom. But you don't hear a lot of that in church. No. You hear a lot of praise music, which, again, there's nothing wrong praising the Lord. He's worthy of praise. Absolutely. I agree with you. But that doesn't resonate with me as much as what you're talking about. Right. So
I'm in the same spot.
Yeah.
But some of that might be because you understand how far depraved you may have been.
Maybe.
And I feel like, especially with the younger group, they are so into like 13th place ribbons that they can't fathom the idea of them being the problem.
Right.
Where I know that in every aspect of sin that I'm dealing with, I'm the issue.
Yeah. Yeah. Which, sadly, most people don't get there.
Although they don't want to admit it.
Well, they try to find blame everywhere else. Right. Yeah. Everyone, my childhood, my trauma, my parents, my this, And
I have my mixed points of views on therapy. Mm-hmm. I've taken therapy a lot of times in my life and trying to go through things. But you know what therapy does? Nothing for me.
Really?
Yeah. There's not saying I can't glean certain things from it.
Yeah.
I get that. But I get more out of like even this and talking through stuff and like working through issues as opposed to like sitting and living in an issue. Every time I've ever taken therapy, every single time they want to talk about, well, what happened in your past that caused that? I don't really, bro. I'm already moved past that crap. I don't want to sit here and talk about how my mom did this back when I was... Who cares, dude? Yeah. I'm almost 50 years old. Yeah.
Well, their perspective would be that you do care and you don't realize you still care, and it's deep-seated. I get
the Freudian aspect of it, but Freud was an idiot.
Yeah. Was he? He was talking about sexuality of infants? What? That's that.
Everyone wants to have sex with their own mother and father?
Yeah.
Like, what?
Yeah, that guy was a little cracked.
No, dude, the guy was an idiot.
Yeah.
The guy was a total complete hack.
Yeah.
And I understand there's like a lot of stuff that can be learned from therapists, but like if you don't have biblical-based therapy as a Christian, you're wasting your time.
Yeah. Oh, I'm with you.
Because there's nothing about healing. There's nothing about removing of sin.
Right.
They want to talk about self-help discipline so you don't have to change. You change the world around you. That's not how it works, man.
Right.
It's one teaches behavior modification. One teaches spiritual transformation.
Bingo.
And that's the thing, right?
Yeah, behavior modification is only going to get you so far.
Well, dude, look at these AA groups, bro.
Yeah.
I go to an AA meeting. Every once in a while I'll go because I sometimes need I need a little bit of like, okay, community or whatever.
Sure.
Very rarely do I go though.
Yeah.
And but when I do go, what I hear is not just the whole my higher power this, my higher power that, all right? But what I see that's even more damaging to me is like, yeah, you may be sober for 20 years, but you're sleeping with 5 different women in this meeting.
Right. That's always like something from a sitcom or something. Like the audience knows that, right? They're watching all these people in a circle. They're talking about their issues.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like you can't disclose it at the meeting because of the anonymous aspect of it, right?
Yeah.
And so that's one of the biggest scapegoats I've ever heard in my life. Not scapegoats, but like cop-outs I've ever heard in my life, dude. Yeah. Like I can't say nothing to him here about it. Like, but you know that, okay, so you've been sober off of or going to an NA meeting, which is nothing but war stories.
Right.
But you see somebody who's in there like, I've been sober for 20 years. homie, I just saw you at Applebee's 3 nights ago with 4 glasses and pints in front of you.
Yeah.
Oh, so you ain't smoking crack or meth anymore. Good for you, but now you transitioned into that.
Yeah, you just traded one for the other. Yeah.
And that's just the same thing as it's modern self-help, dude. Like, they're stealing biblical principles because the 12 steps is literally the Beatitudes, broken down into a different aspect. Right. Or reframing the model of who the higher power is, because you can be in control of that. Right. And if your higher power is a doorknob, well, at least now you're God again, because you can turn the doorknob whenever you want to be. Yeah. And then not changing anything in any way, shape, or form, but we'll teach you behavior modification tricks so you look good to society compared to who you once were, but you haven't changed at all.
Yeah. Yeah. Dude, you should get that, what you just said right there. That should be on a T-shirt.
That's a lot.
That is, but there's room. There's room on a T-shirt.
My T-shirt, maybe.
Yeah. No, that's spot on.
You know what I'm saying?
But see, my question about something like that is, why is that so important to so many of us? Like, it's more important that we look a certain way. And this is, again, another issue I have with churchianity and churchiness, is that people go to church on Sundays, and what's most important is that you look like a Christian to everybody else. Oh, how's things going? Oh, just great. Praise the Lord. Everything's wonderful. And I'm like, dude, I've lived before. I know that you're full of crap right now.
Right.
I know you guys, especially if it's somebody you know, like, let's say you're talking to some guy and he said everything was great, and he doesn't know that his wife was talking to your wife last night about how he cheated on her and she caught him and all this stuff. And I'm thinking, and you're sitting there with a smile on your face telling me how everything's great, and I know that you just cheated on your wife last week. Yeah. And that she caught you. And that your marriage is on the rocks and your kids are going through all this stuff. I already know all that, dude. Just be open. I'm not saying you have to sit there and tell everybody everything, but don't lie about it either. You know,
don't explain the situation.
No, but don't say like, everything's wonderful.
Things suck for me right now. Can you pray for me?
Bingo.
But the problem is that church culture on the opposite side is like, well, what do you need me to pray for?
Right, and then it becomes the gossip mill.
And then
that's why I hate prayer meetings.
Right.
Yeah.
And so, like, what Christians need to be taught is like, just asking someone to pray for you is enough. Yeah. I'm struggling right now. Can you pray for me? Well, what for specific? I'm struggling.
Yeah. The Lord knows.
I'm struggling. I need you to stand on my behalf. Yeah. And just petition the Lord. Yes. Well, what about? I just told you.
See, they want to know. They want the dirt. Or the tea, as the kids say these days. Yeah.
100%.
Yeah.
These French fries are so good. They're so salty.
Yeah. Jim Gaffigan.
I bet your French fries are better than mine.
Oh, man.
You caught that reference?
Yeah. I love Jim Gaffigan.
I love French fries.
Yeah, it's so funny, dude.
I bet their French fries taste better than mine.
What was his whole point? He's talking about gossip, but he was talking about, what was the word he was using? McDonald's. He's like, that's your McDonald's? Yeah. We all have different
100%.
By the way, if you're gossiping in England, that's Burger King.
Right. But, you know what's funny? Like we talk about that. Have you ever seen the show Young Sheldon?
Yes. I haven't watched the whole thing yet, but I've seen.
So you've seen enough of it, though.
Yeah.
So, like, the mom is this, like,
Christian, diehard
sold out holy roller.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And she's exactly what we're talking about.
Yeah.
She's probably the most messed up out of all of them.
Right.
But she can't admit it.
Yeah.
And she has to hold it together. She thinks she's holding it together for her family, but she's actually holding it together for God, but God doesn't need you to hold it together.
Yeah, God knows everything about you. You can't hide from him. We always forget that.
Yeah.
Oh, if I sin over here in this back room, then it's not like God can see me or anything.
Right.
You know? Yeah, it's just, and I think that Christianity would benefit from people being open and vulnerable and just being
honest.
Yes,
honest is an issue.
Yes. Yeah. And again, I'm not. We all have our group of core people we meet with often, and we talk about stuff, and that's fine. I'm not saying we need to broadcast all of our dirty laundry to the whole world and wear a T-shirt that says, "Here's all the sins I've been struggling with this last week." No, but also don't pretend. Just don't pretend.
No.
How you doing? Not good. Like you said, I could use some prayer. For what? Yeah. No, just pray for me. Just ask the Lord. The Lord knows what's going on with me.
Yeah.
I need His hand in my life. Just pray that would happen.
Hold on, I got it. I'll say it in tongues.
Yeah. There it is. Could we get an interpreter, please?
Yeah. Now you know. Go pray.
Yeah, God understood. That was my prayer language that I have with just
bad
God.
Of me?
Yeah.
Am I gonna...
Well, if it's bad of you, I'm just as bad because I'm so sick of this stuff that I'm like, because it looks so bad.
It makes all of us look bad.
Yes.
That's another thing that bugs me right now about the social aspect of everything is that, like, people are, because one faction of it, because of the dishonesty within the church,
Mm-hmm.
it allows people who are secular to be like an open umbrella of the word Christian,
Yeah.
and they're all the same.
Everybody's that. Yes. Right.
God,
And you see it in every movie you watch. Every movie you watch that has a Christian character, what are they like? They're like that neighbor on Edward Scissorhands.
Yeah.
That every time she shows up, she's like, doom and gloom, and you're all sinners. And it's like, dude.
Or like Sheldon's mom or Ned
Right.
Flanders or
Yeah.
something.
Ned
It's like,
That's a perfect one. Yeah, Ned Flanders.
Howdy, neighbor.
Yeah, he's the best. So funny.
Everyone's a little Ned Flanders. Like,
Yeah.
how you doing today? Blessed and highly favored, brother.
Yeah, that's right.
Really? Every week?
Yeah,
Like,
and then
come
in
on.
reality, he's struggling.
Yeah.
You know, because his
Come on,
parents are
dog.
beatniks, and he's got these issues. You
Yeah.
know. Yeah.
Come on, bro.
I don't know if you saw that episode where he thinks he hates Homer.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think I hate Homer Simpson.
You did that really well,
I was like,
actually.
thank you. Yeah. I'm a big Simpson fan, so I like that show.
Not so much Family Guy, but Simpsons, yes.
Family Guy I haven't watched enough of, but I probably watched the first 4 or 5 episodes, and I do cite, I don't remember what number it is, but I don't know if you saw this one. It's one of the very early ones where Meg is learning how to drive, and she knocks out the satellite for the whole. That is one of the funniest episodes of any TV show I've ever seen.
Yeah. So I saw a South Park episode where they were talking about the writers of
Family Guy. Oh, really?
Being manatees.
I haven't seen
And
that.
they had like a tank of manatees that had like a whole ball, there were balls of ideas over here.
Manatees?
Manatees. And there's like a whole ball of like hundreds of ideas over here. And a manatee would go over and like grab a ball and then bring it back to the other side. And they'd be like, oh. And it would just be like a Mexican hat.
Yeah.
And
You're talking about like an ocean creature.
yeah.
Like a sea cow.
Yeah.
Okay.
And that's how the
Who
writers
thinks of this stuff?
That's how the writers came up with the idea, because it was so because Family Guy has such random things happening out of nowhere.
Yeah.
And then they did the skit right afterwards, like on South Park, and I was like, I can't watch Family Guy anymore after this. South Park just
They
wrecked,
ruined it for you.
ruined everything. 'Cause all I could think
man.
of is these manatees just
Yeah.
as the writers of Family Guy, and I was like,
Yeah.
dude, that's hysterical. Dude.
That is funny.
That's hysterical.
Yeah.
Anyway.
But that episode was funny, though. You have to
Yeah,
admit. The one-
there's funny episodes, but like
Yeah.
it was everything after that. I was
It
like,
kind of becomes the same joke over. I kind of felt like that at a certain point of Simpsons. Every episode kind of became Homer's going to get into some blunder. He's going to be stupid about something, and it's going to throw everybody off. Yeah, it's like that's get kind of old.
yeah.
But then, I don't know. I haven't watched probably. I mean, what are they on season?
But I could watch a
45
whole
or something.
episode of just Itchy and Scratchy.
Oh, dude, yeah, those are so great.
So
great.
here's something weird. I saw this
Yeah.
thing the other day. Not to get off topic, but
That's
like,
it. There's no topics today, dude.
Okay,
We're all over the place. It's great.
so Tom and Jerry,
Yeah,
right?
classic.
I saw this thing on IG on Instagram the other day, saying that in episode 47, Tom actually dies. So hear me out, right? So prior to episode 47, Tom had captured Jerry who knows how many times, and Tom was actually the smarter of the two, and it was almost like a cat playing with a mouse, right?
Yeah.
Like it should be.
Yeah,
Then in episode 47, there's this part where there's a piano on top of the stairs for some reason, and he starts pulling the carpet out, like the rug out, and it's going pop, 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 pop as
yeah,
it's going.
Yeah,
And the piano ends up coming down and smashing him like against the wall, and then he ends up going up to like the pearly gates, like his ghost.
I feel like I've seen this one.
Right.
He has a little halo on top.
Yeah,
of
a little
his head.
halo on top
yeah,
of his
yeah.
head, right? Ends up going up to the pearly gates, right?
Okay.
And he's like, no, you got an hour to make up. All your life has been is torturing this living animal.
Yeah.
And so now you got to get him to sign a contract to forgive you, otherwise you're going to hell. And Spike the bulldog is the first time you see Spike the bulldog.
He's like St. Peter or something, isn't he?
No, he's actually Satan,
Oh, okay.
right? Or the devil, like
Yeah,
with
yeah.
the pitchfork and
The
little-
horns and the whole deal.
Right,
yeah.
right.
Yeah.
And so Jerry refuses to sign it after the hour is up, and he ends up going down, and he's in the cauldron, and Spike's there, and that's how this episode ends.
Okay.
From that point forward, Jerry has yellow eyes. And I'm not Jerry, but Tom has
Tom.
yellow eyes,
Meaning
Right.
he's dead?
meaning he's dead.
Shut up.
Right. And so
Is that you actually tested this?
it's a thing, dude.
Like you watched episodes after that and it
No,
literally
I haven't tested it. I just saw the Instagram
Okay.
thing on it, right?
I would want to test that.
I want you to, but like that's why I'm pointing it out to you, because
Yeah.
I need help.
Okay.
There's
All
a
right.
lot of episodes here.
We'll do it. This will be our homework.
Right.
Yeah.
And except for like dream sequences, like when he dressed up as like a zoot suit guy and there were like special episodes.
Yeah.
Every episode between him and Jerry's now the victor on everything. And so like literally his hell is Jerry torturing him for the rest of eternity.
my gosh, dude. That's way too deep for a kid's cartoon, man.
Bro. I was like, no wonder we're all screwed up, dude.
Oh my gosh.
Don't you believe it?
Yeah.
I mean, that whole thing was like,
yes.
yeah, dude. Every episode from that point forward was, like literally Jerry just wrecking Tom, bro.
That's
and
so
Tom
funny.
never dies again
You can't. You can only die once.
because he's already a ghost.
Yeah, that's funny, man.
That's his eternal hell.
Okay, but if he's a ghost, then how can Jerry's the only one who can see him then?
It's only an eternal ghost, man. Jerry just tortures him. Jerry's the only one that plays with him.
But you think Jerry would have to be dead too then, right?
Maybe.
Or at least
I don't think Jerry ever dies, man.
Okay.
He never gets
Maybe
ill.
they've both been dead the whole time. Maybe that's what
And
happened.
they're like eternally torturing each other.
Yeah, or
I don't
something.
know, man. I just thought it was hysterical.
It is. That's something to look into.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm definitely looking into that one. Wow, dude. Yeah. All right. Well, I don't remember where we were or where we left off on or where we're going.
Trying to think about the states that I haven't tattooed in. So Arkansas.
That's so fun, dude.
Arkansas.
You have not
I have not
tatted
tattooed
in Arkansas?
I have not tattooed in South Dakota.
Yeah. Arkansas, they probably think tattooing is of the devil. That's probably why.
They just legalized it
Oh, it wasn't legal
for until like 12 years ago.
to do tattoos
Yeah.
in Arkansas.
Yeah.
That's crazy, dude. I wouldn't think. I mean, maybe back in the 1920s or
No
something.
one ever passed the law. Like they've had tattoo shops for 20, 30 years.
And technically, the cops could have come in and shut them down if they wanted to. Yeah. Wow.
But then no one ever thought like, oh, this is illegal.
Yeah.
Until the health department came in and realized they weren't making money off of it.
There you go.
And that's exactly why they legalized
There
it.
you go. That's how it always happens. That's what happened with weed. That's why they did that. Now they're like, all right, dispensaries everywhere.
Yeah.
Let's make some money off this.
I'm dealing with this crap right now with putting on the convention here again.
Oh, really?
With the health department. Get
Okay.
this. So the health department wants this. This is a joke, dude. Last time I put the convention on, it was $680 from my point of view as a coordinator of the convention to apply for a weekend event pass.
Yeah.
Right.
Where do you do it? At the fairgrounds?
At the fairgrounds.
Okay.
Right. So I rented out the fairgrounds again. You should go. Do May 15th and 16th. We're having a bunch of bands too. Like,
Oh, nice.
Yeah, it's right now. It's Carry the Nine will be there.
Okay.
I don't know if you know who Bridge the Gap is. They're one of the newer punk bands, like skate punk bands.
Yeah. Okay.
Again,
Not fast enough.
Not fast enough. And us, we're gonna be there. I'm trying to get 7 Seconds to come play.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So like I'm trying to get something big for our community.
Okay.
Because I haven't done it in a long time.
Yeah.
I put the last convention on here before, and that was 2012.
Oh, dang, dude. That was almost 15 years ago.
Right. So back then it was $49 per artist per booth.
Okay.
Right.
That was their rental fee?
That was for the health department to give them a waiver so they could work over the weekend.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Right.
And they probably make that in 10 minutes.
Well, they
Hopefully.
have to pay for the booths too.
Okay.
Right. So like the booths were, I'm roughly almost charging the same exact for a booth now as I did then.
Oh, wow.
Because I want to make it a tattooer friendly situation.
Yeah, you draw more people that way.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, happy tattooers make happy.
That's right.
Places,
That's right.
So,
I think Bob Ross said that, I think.
Yeah, happy. Happy tattooers. It's funny. And so, but I go to challenge the health department. So it was $49 per artist, and then my $680 fee, and then that was it. And I put the artist on that. Well, now what the health department says, because someone in Santa Barbara decided to throw 2 conventions and not tell the health department. Ooh. And then they told the health department, well, everyone that was at the convention, we had 30 booths, were all people that lived in our county. So then they raised all of our fees across the board because those people lied. And they had a board meeting without telling us, like a county district supervisor situation.
Yeah.
No one informed us, North County, anyone in North County, that they were having this, we're going to raise your fee rates. Otherwise, I would have went there and been like, why are you raising our fees when we're not the one that did that? None of us went to his thing.
Right.
But no one said anything, and no one found out anything, and they passed this law, right?
Yeah.
So now it's $2,200 for me. Right. So number one, they raised all of our yearly fees at our tattoo shops. Right.
Yeah.
So I went from paying $135 for practitioner license per my artist to now $370.
Right.
Right. And as an owner operator, I went from $1,200 to $2,500 because of what this dude did.
More than double. Wow.
And then I still have to pay an operation fee on top of that.
Yeah.
So like for me to tattoo.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So I'm paying close to $4,000 in almost 5,000 with the people that work for me, close to 4,000 right now. Next year it'll be 5,000 because of the people that I have working for me.
Yeah.
I'm paying for that just to operate under the health department code, which is ridiculous.
Yeah, that sucks.
So, but with the convention that we're putting on, they want me to pay the orchestrator fee, basically the person putting on the event,
right?
And then they want me to pay us $107 per artist, and then they want the artist to pay $119. And if I'm having, we'll say 100 to 110 artists,
yeah.
By the time all the fees are up, now I have to do all the work. I have to put the booths in order. I have to make sure they have all the bloodborne pathogens. I have to make sure that everything is paid up.
Yeah.
And I end up handing them a binder, and they show up while all the artists are getting set up, right? And they're there for like 2 hours, bro. And they want $13,500 to do that.
That's how long?
You know how much is? Yeah, that's how they'll be there for 2 hours because they're just going to run through and make sure that everyone has their license and then bail.
Wow. Kind of makes you want to get into that line of work.
Dude, it makes me angry. I never thought of it. Bro.
Right.
You know, it's like global warming, dude. I wish I'd have thought of it.
Yeah.
You know, what I mean, it's just a giant scam. Everything is a giant scam.
Right.
And so I start talking to the health department. I said, "This is wrong. That this is happening. Well, this is above our head. You need to speak to the actual head of the district, right? Oh, gladly show me his thing. The head of the district says, "You can't talk to me. You need to talk to your county district supervisor."
It's passing you around,
right? And I'm like, okay, cool. So Lager Marcino, that's our guy, right?
Yeah.
I talked to Lager Marcino, and he goes, "I'm retiring. I don't care.
Leave me alone. I'm on a yacht."
He goes, "You want?" Yeah, bro. Like he's like, I'm retiring this year. Like this has nothing to do with me anymore.
Right.
I couldn't help you if I wanted to. Okay. Well, who can help me, Steve? You know what I'm saying? Mr. Lago Marcino, who I did not vote for, but I'm not telling you that I didn't. Right?
Nobody's ever going to know that, dude.
Right. And so then he hands me off to his chief of staff. His chief of staff, Corey, is the guy that's running everything.
Yeah.
Right? And I talk to him and I go, "So what's the deal?" And he goes, "Well, let me see if I can look into it for you." Because he wants that spot. He wants the Lago Marcino spot.
Right.
And I'm talking to him, and he comes back to me after like talking to everybody, and he goes, "Well, we can't do anything about it this year. But we can put you in on next year on calendar to see, because this whole thing passed as one giant bill where like 20 other things were passed through, not just the health department, but with some other social services. And so yours was just kind of lumped in so they could get it out of the way because they were trying to get onto vacation faster." And I was like, dang, it was like, what? And he goes, "Well, like, there are like 5 or 6 other things. Like there's restaurant stuff, there's some dentist stuff, there's some social things, some 501c3 things that are all on here, and they lumped them all together on one bill just so they could pass it so they can have more days off."
Yeah. At least he was honest about that.
And I was like,
he flat out told you,
bro, I was like, I wasn't shocked that he said it, but I was like, well, that's messed up.
Yeah.
Because who knows what they're like, you're not even reading these things. They're just like, well, I don't want to deal with it. What's the most important thing to us?
Yeah.
Well, we all agree that that's most important, pass. Well, who cares about the tattoo or the restaurant thing? Like, it doesn't have any bearing, right?
Yeah.
Tattoo shops don't have it. Tattoo shop owners are stupid, first off. I am one, I know.
Right.
And so, thank you for agreeing.
Yeah. Well, I try to make people feel good.
Yeah, well, feel welcome in my safe space. Bro. And I'm not trying to toot my own horn, but I am above average as far as like knowing and caring.
Right.
You know, and most shop owners don't care at all. Most tattooers are too high to care.
Right.
And so they don't even know why the stuff's being raised. They're not even questioning. They're just like, "This sucks." And so then everyone goes underground, and now there's no health department regulating those guys.
Right.
There's more underground shops happening now because of the fees. Because why would I give the government $4,000?
Right. Yeah, it's like prohibition speakeasies kind of deal.
And it makes it cooler, dude. Like it makes it cooler. You have like a hidden gem that no one knows about. Like you know, like
Well, where'd you get your tattoo? Wouldn't you like to know?
Yeah, I can hook you up with him because I know a guy.
Yeah. Are you wearing a wire? We got to do a strip search first before I can tell you.
I know a guy. Huh? I know a guy. And so it's not right, dude. They're actually forcing people to go, which is causing more of a health problem. And since putting on this convention, I've been hit up by all these different scratchers that work out of their house.
Right.
That I never knew existed.
Is that the name for the people that do that?
Yeah.
Scratchers.
It's like a derogatory term for.
Oh, it is.
It's like the N word for tattooers.
Oh wow, that's pretty heavy, dude.
Yeah, that's scratcher.
Okay. All right.
Because you're just scratching it. You're not really putting the tattoo in.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I mean, maybe not the N word.
Not that hard. Kind of like a scab.
Maybe it's like the C word for Christians if you're charismatic. How about that?
Oh, there you go.
They're basically the charismatic aspect.
Okay.
Of the
All right.
sect.
That might be worse than the first thing you said. No.
It might be. It may be. Am I going to get canceled for this?
Probably.
Speak English
Probably.
or die.
That's why my show exists, dude. To get canceled
speak
people.
English or die, Ryan.
Yes.
Okay.
That's all I know how to speak.
All right.
And I can barely speak that. So I mean, I don't know.
Referencing SOD from earlier.
Yeah, that's right. Just so everybody knows, it's a song. We didn't write it.
That's an album. I didn't write it.
It is. It's there if you want to check it out.
Yeah. So then I'm sitting there trying to get this whole thing moving and going, and there's no flexibility whatsoever. And they're like, "Well, we can put you on calendar for next year's thing." I said, "Well, Corey, are you going to be our District 5 supervisor for North County?" He goes, "Well, I'm shooting for it." And I said, "Well, if you put me on calendar without any other things, then we can get my vote." Right?
Nice.
And he goes, "We don't even know what I would." I said, "I don't care." and he was like, "Really?" I said, "Yeah, it doesn't matter because in like 10 years, I'm going to take your job anyway."
Yeah. Nice.
Because remember we talked about last time that was something I wanted to run for.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And he was like, "What?" And I said, "Look, one of the reasons why I'm doing this convention is to build community so I can get it back and so everyone knows who I am without having to join Kiwanis or Rotary or any of that stuff.
Right.
I'm actually going to be a builder in the community and prove that I can do it.
Right.
That's the whole point because I want to fix the brokenness that you just explained to me that's actually there.
Yeah. Yeah.
And like you proved it to me, like in real time that's what's happening. It's not like he lied to me about it. He's like, "Yeah, well, you kind of got screwed over because you got lumped up with a bunch of other stuff," and that's just messed up, man. Like there should be like, "Oh, this is what we're talking about. This is what we're talking about." And I understand like everyone needs to have their initiations heard, right? But if it's not that big of a deal, then don't mess with it. Right. Like priorities are priorities. Right. You know what I'm saying? Like the tattoo community could have done just fine without having their fees raised. And it's not like the people at the health department that run there's like 3 people that run the tattoo part, and they also do everything else. They do the dentist, they do restaurants, they do like whatever other health department thing that they have to do. So they're not doing soil or anything like that.
Yeah, that's a whole
nother sect, right? Yeah, but when it comes to actual like business aspects, they're running all of it. So whether a shop closes or is there or not, they're still getting paid. Yeah, that's part of the budget. They're not getting any extra for this 13 grand that I'm about to pour out.
There's no commission for them when they sell spots.
Yeah, that's why I said they're not going to be there the whole weekend.
Yeah,
like it's the dumbest thing I've ever heard. Yeah. Like, I have to pay money to do your job, and then you show up for 2 hours, and you guys are banking in thousands. Yeah. You know how much it's costing me to actually rent out the facility? I'm going to say this out loud. It is literally costing me to rent out the fairgrounds for a 2-day weekend, $8,000. Whoa. It is costing me more to deal with the health department than it is to rent out the facility.
That's crazy. That's crazy.
It's 67% more to deal with the health department than the facility.
Did you just work that math out in your head?
Yes.
Because you got quiet for a minute, and then you said 67%, not 50, not 55, 67. Yeah. That's pretty amazing, dude. That's a calculus mind going on there. I couldn't have done that. You could have told me.
7, baby.
Yeah. Oh, maybe that's why you picked it.
No.
That was the first number that came to my head for some reason.
Ex-drug dealer, bro.
Oh,
I do generalized
you can calculate
math real quick, right?
Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah. You know how many grams are in an ounce?
No.
28. Come on.
Is it really? No, it's not.
Yeah.
That's not right.
Yeah, 28 grams in an ounce.
28 grams in an ounce?
Yeah.
I didn't know.
You know how many ounces are in a pound?
16.
Good job, dude.
Yeah.
Nice.
I knew that one.
Yeah. I've known that since I was like 8.
Oh, man.
Uncles and stuff in the kitchen.
Yeah.
Anyway. Probably the most gangster person you've had on your show. Huh?
Probably. Yeah.
Did you notice I'm wearing like ankle high socks these days?
Yeah.
Because I'm retired, homie.
Is that what that means?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Nice.
I don't have to. The higher the socks, the downer the fool. You ever heard that?
No.
Yeah, it's the total like gang thing. Okay. The higher the socks, the downer the fool.
Okay.
Yeah, nice, your socks are looking pretty high, homie. I like them over the calf.
I like the tube socks, man.
Yeah, those are like the over the calf rollers.
That's right,
bro.
dude. Those are something.
You wear those shorts and some chinos, bro.
Dude.
Get hit up.
Oh, we had when Bethany had her 40th birthday. We did it at the what's it called now? The roller rink.
That's going to be gone.
Yeah, that sucks. But they were calling it something sports arena or something. I forgot what it was called, but we did it over there, and it's a private party. So we just rented out just for us, and but there was probably like 50, 60 people there, a bunch of friends and family and stuff. But we did 80s themed. So we played nothing but 80s music, and everybody like showed up dressed the part, and I had some like real high like shorts, like biker short kind of thing.
Dude.
Not like Speedos, but they weren't tight, but they were like
they had the stripes on the side.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh,
and then I had like the knee high tube socks with the stripes on the top, like 80s style. And then I actually put on a wig. It was like a curly hair. I look kind of like people said I look like Weird Al Yankovic with the hairdo. Right. And then I had one of those sweatbands that I put around. Dude, I was looking pretty hot, dude. I mean, I had to keep the ladies off me. It was pretty.
Thank you for not inviting me.
Yeah. I'll have to send you the picture so you can blow it up and put the poster on your wall. You can check it out. But
that is as close as I want to get to that.
It was a lot of fun.
I'd be so scared to fall out of that thing.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. We can't wear boxers. You got to wear the tighty whities.
Yeah.
Yeah. So. But yeah, it was fun, dude. It was a good time.
That sounds fun.
Yeah, it was. It was good.
But that's another thing. Like, so the fair park is not county subsidized anymore. It's private.
Yeah. And
so that's why they're working with us to get this going because they want to have us on a regular schedule. Right. Now they're renting me out, all the chairs and the tables and like all that kind of stuff to like make the event what it is, and that's extra cost on top of everything else.
Right.
But just to rent out the facility was $8,000 because I'm using the biggest, and then the walkway. And then I'm using everything, right?
Right.
But they didn't want to. I think they can't afford, whoever was running the sports event thing. They can't afford to pay the rent charge that they're charging because it's a bad deal for the fair park. It wasn't when it was county subsidized property.
Right.
Now the rest of out there, they call it Santa Barbara County Fairgrounds still because it's still county subsidized property.
Okay.
The buildings are privately owned now.
That's interesting.
So the property out there, like where the fair is, that's still county money. So I just did the math last night because I went to Midstate last night.
Oh, did you?
Yeah.
My daughter was there last night.
Saw Lainey Wilson.
Oh yeah, she didn't go for that. They just ride rides and stuff.
Right
but yeah.
I'm going again on Monday to see Exodus and Megadeth.
Oh, but Megadeth is playing there?
Yeah.
Dude. I need to get out more, man. I don't see this stuff. I need to get it better. I'm gonna start texting you once a week. Hey man, what's coming up? Give me the list of upcoming events. What shows are coming?
Hey,
what's going on?
On August 21st, my band and the Stubborns and another like a younger punk band out of Rio Grande are playing at Barbecue 805. That's something local for you. So that's across the street from Rancho Napomo.
Dude, we literally went to Rancho Napomo for dinner last night. First time I ever been there.
So across the street is not the Santa Maria Brewery anymore. It's
okay. Thank you. I was trying to remember what it was called before, and I was thinking to myself, how well is that place doing? Because the other places, Rancho Napomo was like packed all the time.
Yeah. Well, dude, Rafa.
We waited an hour for our food, dude.
Did you?
It was that gnarly.
Rafa's stuff is good, dude.
I bet.
Yeah, you should try.
Yeah, I almost wanted to walk over there. But get this, dude. So we placed our order. We saw it was busy, so we placed our order. She takes my card. Runs my card. Then she says, just so you know, it's about a 30 to 40 minute wait for the food. I'm like, why didn't you tell me that before you ran my card? Because then we probably would have been like, hey, let's just walk across the street. We can probably get food faster over there,
Yeah.
So, but yeah, I definitely want to check that place out.
Dude, his burgers are great.
Okay, good.
Yeah, actually, everything he has is great.
Okay. It's like a burger and fries kind of place?
Raphael and his wife are the ones that own it. I call him Rafa for short.
Yeah.
But he was actually my next door neighbor at the shop. So when I at the tattoo shop.
Oh, did he have the little food truck for a while too?
Yeah, still does.
Okay, so he used to come over. He was talking to the security guard at the library,
right?
And he would come over there, and they would do. And the security guard always told me how good the burgers were.
The burgers are fantastic.
And he said that he had a storefront.
Out by Naughty Oak, right?
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, they would park out in front of Nadia.
Oh, what
was
was
right next to the
what's the food truck called?
a barbecue 805
Barbecue
or 805 barbecue. I can't remember.
Okay, I don't think I've ever had because I go to trivia every Wednesday at Nadia.
Yeah, he'll park out there.
Okay,
it's the burgers are fantastic.
Okay, cool.
Right?
Yeah, I'll check it out.
Dude, everything that guy touches, and you can actually buy his rubs and stuff. When he had a shop when he was at the shop next door, he was selling jerky and all kinds of stuff.
Oh,
it was
fun!
Really good. It was really good.
Okay,
but they've upgraded, and so they've got this giant backyard area that doesn't interfere with like people that are going to eat during the day. So we're having a show out there. Doors will be at 7.
Is it inside the restaurant?
It's outside.
Outside, okay.
The big backyard area.
Like in the back, okay.
It's a big backyard area.
Okay.
It's probably a good 2,500 square feet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a good place for live music too, because you don't have a whole lot of residential around there or anything. So
it's perfect. So he's giving us a shot as the first show with that kind of music.
Oh, nice, dude.
And so
when is it?
The 21st of August.
August, okay.
Yeah.
All right.
The very next night, we're going out to Bakersfield and playing Jerry's Pizza Pub.
Oh, nice, dude.
Yeah,
I've never been there, but there's been some really good shows that have played there.
Jerry's is iconic, dude.
Yeah.
It's iconic. So, it's nice to be in the community again, to start to feel about the community and just in a different way. You know, I'm not I'm backing out of tattooing per se. I think I'm changing my role.
Okay. Are you still doing that at the shop?
I still
okay.
do tattoos.
So say you still post stuff of work you're doing.
I'm just changing my role there.
Okay.
And, I'm starting to be more selective. I only want to do bigger pieces now, bigger projects.
And smaller stuff you just let your staff do, or what?
Yeah.
Okay.
Pretty much, dude. And so I'm losing a lot of money that way because I'm not, but I'm also saving myself a lot of eye strain and hand strain and shoulder strain. And I just went and got tattooed by Corey Miller. I don't know if you know who that is, but
it does sound familiar.
He was on LA Inc.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he was the older gentleman that was on LA Inc. because I think everyone else on that show was female.
Oh,
I
okay.
think he was the only guy on that show.
Okay.
And
yeah, you can't assume people's gender, dude. How dare you?
Well, this guy you can.
Who do you think you are?
Yeah, this guy you can. He's definitely a man.
Okay,
I'll tell you that.
All right.
He's a cool cat, man. I bought some of my first tubes for tattooing from him 29 years ago. And like I said, cool cat. But I got a tattoo from him, and we started talking old guy to old guy. And he's been tattooing a good 16 years more than me.
Oh wow.
So he's close to getting the 50-year range of tattooing, which is
that's awesome.
Gnarly.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
But he's very sought after and very in the tattoo world, he's very much an icon, he's a legend.
Yeah.
And hanging out with him for a full day was really cool, and hearing how he's navigated the later years. And one of the things he said is that he stopped doing 6 days a week a while back. And I'm like, dude, I've been trying to get myself to do that.
Yeah. You're at 6 days now?
No, I stopped.
Okay.
I stopped before I even talked to him, but just more confirmation for
me.
Me.
Yeah.
So I'm only tattooing 4, maybe even 3.5 days a week now.
Is your shop open 7 days a week?
Uh-huh.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay.
And I'm there basically Monday, Tuesdays, maybe Wednesday if I feel like it, and then Fridays and Sundays.
Okay.
Sundays after church.
Okay.
And really just kind of just falling into the wisdom years is what I'm calling them. Much better, dude. I thought that 2 years ago I thought the 40s are gonna suck. And right now with where I'm at with it, I'm I feel like I'm getting a second wind.
Oh really?
Which is really weird.
Wow, that must be nice.
Yeah, I'm telling you.
Once you figure that out, send a little bit of that my way.
It only happened within the last year.
Okay.
Where I think something clicked in me that I'm I can get things done easier because I have a better mental scape.
Yeah.
Of the landscape, a better mental scope of it, and I know how to get things done without it being, oh my gosh.
Yeah.
And it's weird because I've been really doing a lot of retrospective thinking that when you're in your 20s, dude, every little, you'll get this, right? Because when your kids have a problem, it's a problem.
Yeah.
Because it's all they know, and the emotional tie to it is crazy. So when you first move out, when you're I moved out when I was 16, right? So I've been living on my own since I was 16.
Wow.
And when my friends end up moving out, our high school friends and stuff, because I was living on my own my senior year. That's why I didn't graduate high school. I was screw this, I'm just going to go work. And so from the middle of my junior year, I was living on my own. So I had a car, I had a job, I had a roommate that was older.
Nice.
And so
party at your house.
Yeah, pretty much. Pretty much, and that's what was going on, right? And obviously that's what was happening. We were just partying, right?
Right.
And but by the time most of our friends group, that was older in like their late teens, early 20s, moving out on their own, I had already experienced so much life that like the problems that were problems to them weren't really problems to me anymore.
Right. But
now that I'm older, and I see like one of the kids that works for me, and they're grown adults, but I call them kids, right? So like something like a water heater goes out, and it's like the end of the world.
Yeah, it's a crisis.
Right?
Yeah.
And like in your 20s, I think because there's such an emotional state, because everything is like, they're newer types of problems, and you don't know how to navigate them without, and you don't want to be told how to do it, but these kids today, they do.
Right.
They don't know how to change tires, let alone deal with issues, right?
Right.
And so, but when you get to your 30s, I feel like there's so much, the world problems of paying bills and how to navigate, how to like make my life function properly isn't really the problem. Now they're self-introspecting when you're in your 30s. And I feel like that's when a lot of the mental health problems start becoming an issue.
Right.
And this generation now that's in their 30s, mid-30s, is very gung-ho on making sure their mental health is in check.
Yeah.
And I don't know if you ever heard this before, but I've had, and I love my crew, so don't get me wrong when I'm saying this.
Yeah.
I love them with all that there is, right?
Yeah.
I would die for any one of them. I love them. They're family to me.
Yeah.
But in the past, I've had people that have worked for me that have been like, I need a mental health day. And I have no idea what that means.
That wasn't something we would ever say when we were younger.
Bro, dude, you'd get fired for it, number one. What do you mean you need a mental health day? Like, I need a mental health day. Like, I'm hurting and I'm upset. And like, don't diminish my hurt.
Somebody said something I disagree with, and I need to relax.
Dude, I don't understand that. Dude.
Yeah, I don't either. It doesn't make any sense.
Okay, you're stressed and you need time off, but don't put other people out because you need it.
Right.
Right?
Right. Plan a vacation. Like, put in for time off down the road. You know?
The resiliency is just something that's socially. Last time we talked about politics, but I think on a deeper level, I think the resiliency of the generation now is one of the biggest issues that we have. That's why I said, you said, well, maybe like we already talked about this stuff. I said, but things have changed.
Yeah.
And
Sure.
It's been a few years since we talked like on the cast last.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. It was probably 2, maybe even 3 years ago.
Right?
Yeah.
And so much has changed because we were talking about COVID a lot back then.
Yeah.
And now we're actually seeing the effects of what COVID has done to people. Psychologically, emotionally, in the workplace.
Yeah.
The generation, we're seeing the kids that were skipped on how to read. We're also seeing the kids that were graduating high school and how they just do not care.
Right.
And they think that everything is owed to them because, everything was given to them.
That's right. And everything is everyone else's fault. I've never done anything wrong in my whole life.
It's the craziest thing, dude.
Right.
And like, it's weird because like us as Gen Xers, right? And I understand like I'm a little bit older than you, but not by much. But like we're like the later years of the Gen X, so I can understand where they're coming from.
Right.
Right. But at the same exact time, I'm like, no. And it's not that we are a sleeping giant, but I think a lot of us are starting to be like, no, maybe we should be raising our voices now.
Yeah.
Where before we were like, we don't care. You guys are idiots. Right? Like, you're all stupid to us because you're all lame and you don't realize you've been taken advantage of.
Right.
And that's just the deal. You're not going to change it.
Yeah.
Well, now our kids are starting to sound like more like us because we've raised them. Right. It's the generation that's in between is a problem. And now they're starting the ones to be in power. And what I realized is that like politically, if you start looking at like who the politicians are on like a grand scale, not like a local thing, but like on a grand scale, there's not many Gen X politicians,
right?
Because we just didn't care,
right? We gave up a long time ago.
We gave up way before.
We're like, it doesn't matter anyway.
Have you noticed that?
Yeah. Oh, totally.
They go straight from like boomer.
We got jaded. We got jaded by the whole thing, and we don't. Yeah, we're just like whatever. It doesn't.
And we
matter.
also just didn't want to be part of the system,
right?
You know, whether taxes go up or not, we still have to throw our trash out tomorrow.
Yeah.
That has to happen.
Yep.
And we were so overlooked as a generation.
Yeah.
And just so did everything on our own. Like we never felt the need or the reason to get into the political aspect. It just didn't seem to. So now you have a whole range of boomers that are about to retire and a whole bunch of millennials that are willing to take a place, and there's no one in the gap between. And I'm starting to see that like Gen Xers, the later, like our age, the later Gen X aspect, people that are born between 73 and 80 are really starting to speak up about like, no, this is stupid.
Yeah. Yeah. Because I think it's because it was one thing to say, you know what, I'm going to let you be you. You do. Yeah, I disagree with you.
And we're all for that.
But do your own thing, whatever. But now that it's becoming, in certain aspects, such a grand thing that it's starting to impact our own lives, and that we're looking at the future of the lives of our children and our grandchildren. Now it's becoming an issue. A lot of some of these things. You're like, okay, this is how this. No, this is as far as we're letting this go. This is it. You know. Because again, and that's kind of the whole push from that side a lot of times. Well, why can't you just let me be who I want? Let me be. I can. I got no problem with that. Right. You do you. But as soon as it starts to become me, right? It's no longer you just doing you. Now it's being impacting my life and stuff. That I think that's where a lot of people are like, no. I think the upcoming presidential election is going to be really, really interesting.
I'm interested to see who's thrown out there.
Exactly.
I mean, obviously it's going to be J.D. Vance on one end, right?
He'll run. I don't know if he'll make it, but he'll be in the primaries for sure. I'm sure he will.
Rubio probably throw his hat in there.
Probably. Yep.
And then I wouldn't mind that. I mean,
well, but then there's also a lot of
the other side though is like the AOC aspect.
Yeah.
Like she's like the front runner right now.
Well, they're talking about an AOC Jasmine Crockett ticket, which everything. I hope so, dude. I really hope so, because there's no way they're going to win. There's no way, dude. Especially if she puts Jasmine Crockett on the list on the ticket. There's no way. There's no way. I mean, because dude, all the political ads are going to start coming out from the right. They're going to show just montages of what each of these women have said over the last 10 years.
They've vomited words.
It's just the stupidest stuff you've ever heard in your life. And I'd like to think most of humanity, most of America is still smart enough to realize. I
think the majority of people are sane. They're just, what I really think? I think that what's happened in California is starting to spread across the United States. And the taxes and the wages and all this stuff that like... now... I'm a very conservative when it comes to like fiscal aspects of stuff and business and those kinds of things. But when it actually comes to like how I think of on a social aspect of like how we operate our communities, I'm very liberal minded about it.
Yeah.
And I'm a libertarian at heart. So I don't really think that I think the more laws we pass, the worse it gets. 100%. So like just stop passing laws.
Okay.
And
you think we should have less laws?
Just all together, bro. I'm just over it. The more laws were never designed to create freedom. And this generation thinks that, well, you have to pass a law to have freedom. No, that's not how it works. If you want real freedom, there should be no law imposed upon the aspect of it and just do you.
Yeah, but the problem with that is then the people just do whatever they want. And if that infringes on you or your rights, then you have a problem.
Well,
and if there's no law to enforce there, then what do you got?
Well, okay, so let's break that down a little bit, right? So give me an example.
Well, I mean, anything. If there was no laws, I could go into your shop and steal all your stuff.
But like from a libertarian point of view, there's literally, we have our First Amendment right, we have our Second Amendment right. That's a given.
Okay.
And it depends on the kind of libertarian you are. There's almost nothing past that. I'm a libertarian that goes up to the 13th Amendment and then I stop. And after that, no more laws should exist.
Okay. So I'm supposed to think of a law that's not connected to the...
No, you can, but just think about a law. Like the idea is like, well, I should be able to go out and have an abortion. Let's say abortion.
Okay.
I hate it. I hate everything about it.
But you think it should not be against the law?
Nope.
So why is that then? If it's something you hate so much, and you, obviously
I would not exist if it was for abortion. My mom. Let me put it to you this way: my mom came off a reservation. They were forcing abortions on the natives.
Yeah.
My mom has an older brother. She should have been aborted.
Okay.
By law.
Okay.
By law.
That your mom should have been aborted.
By law.
Okay.
Her mom broke the law and had my mom in California and then handed her off to some random lady.
Okay.
And that's why I was raised Chicano, but we're not.
Right.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I hate everything about abortion.
Sure. But what would be your argument? Like, if we were at having a debate on abortion, what would be your reasons for thinking?
I think I think that people shouldn't do it, but that's a in the house issue for me.
Okay. Now, would you say the same thing about people killing their 2-year-old?
No, because that doesn't fall under the same statute. For me, it's everything 13 amendments below.
So what in the 13th Amendment?
13 is where slavery was abolished.
Okay, but like what in there would you say?
So everything prior to that, you have a right to live. So murder, social constructs.
But at what point do you have a right to live?
What do you mean?
In your development? Because you're saying you think abortion should be legal, but it shouldn't.
No, I didn't say I think it should be legal. I said I think it should be a choice. I don't think there should be a law saying it should or shouldn't. I think it should be governed up to the areas. If the state says it's illegal, then it's illegal. If it doesn't, it doesn't. It shouldn't be a national problem.
But I guess what I'm asking is, if you were the head of a state,
okay,
and it was up to you to decide if your state is gonna make abortion legal or illegal,
right?
What would you do?
Well, are we talking from a dictator point of view?
Well, just in general. I mean, I guess I'm trying to get
my choice alone.
Yeah. It's up to you whether a state itself is legal abortion or illegal.
So to me, it would be a frowned on infringement. But I don't think there should be a penalty if someone does it illegally or does it at all.
Okay.
And I think that we're taking it all wrong when it comes to like how we view it. Now, from a biblical point of view, completely 100% understand.
Yeah.
But from a First Amendment point of view, it's a whole nother story.
I guess what I'm trying to figure out is like what in your description and your way you're presenting things is different than like from your standpoint with the law, as far as the law is concerned. What would be the difference between Bethany and I getting pregnant and then us deciding to have an abortion when she's however many months along, versus us deciding one day that we have 5 kids and that's too many, so we just want to take out our 2-year-old. So why with a 2-year-old would you
way too clinically?
Okay, but you would say that was wrong for us to take out our 2-year-old.
On a personal level, I would say it was wrong.
But like legally, you don't think that should be illegal either?
I don't think I should have the right to tell you what to do.
You don't think you should have the right to tell me I can't murder my 2-year-old?
Nope.
Wow, dude, that's hardcore right there. That's what they call a hot take.
Well, but hear me on the other side of that.
Yeah.
Do I think it's wrong morally? 100%. Do I think it's wrong biblically? 100%. Am I going to love you even though you did it? 100%.
Yeah, I'm with you on all those things.
Right. So I also think that drugs should be legalized because I think that making them illegal is making it a problem.
So you think if it was all drugs were legal, you think less people would have drug problems?
Yeah.
See, I've heard this argument. I don't understand the logistics of it. I don't understand how that...
Because...
It's like saying if there's less laws on crime, less people will commit crime.
I'm not saying that.
I know, but
because it's a property aspect.
Okay.
Right? You own something that shouldn't be... Again, that would be under the Fifth Amendment.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah.
So, basically, from a libertarian point of view, you can do you as long as it doesn't infringe upon me.
Okay.
And you have every right to think, act, do whatever you want to do as long as it doesn't infringe upon me.
Upon you or upon any other people?
Any other people.
Okay.
Right?
But killing my 2-year-old would infringe on that.
That infringe upon
person.
your whole family. That's a family issue.
Okay. But if I was to kill someone else's 2-year-old,
no, you're wrong.
Absolutely not.
Absolutely not.
But my own is a different kind of.
If you were to force someone else to have an abortion, that should be wrong too.
Right. Okay.
See my point?
I see your point. I definitely don't agree with it. Well, but I understand what you're saying.
But so let's think about other stuff because that's. I'm not saying I agree with the idea of saying everyone should have an abortion. I'm not saying that whatsoever. I hate this stuff. I hate it.
Sure.
I need to preface it that I hate the idea. Right. I also hate the idea of telling people what they can and can't do. Mm-hmm. There's a tree in the garden. Don't touch it.
Right.
But they have the liberty to.
Yeah.
It's the same concept.
Well, I get that because God didn't make robots. He could have, but he didn't.
It's the same concept.
He gave us free will.
No, I'm not saying that we should. No, am I saying that there should be count? But under the same thing, you have to realize that like there's no county subsidized abortion clinics anymore. Mm-hmm. There's nowhere to get an abortion. You can feel free to have one though.
You just have to do it on your own.
Yeah.
Back alley.
Yeah, that's your problem.
Yeah.
Because we've taken your right away to pay for it. We're not paying for it. Screw you.
Okay, but what you're saying is if say a woman has a back alley abortion, you just don't think she should go to jail for that.
Right.
Okay.
Is it highly frowned upon?
I might be able to jump on that.
That's highly frowned upon.
Of course.
Planned Parenthood no longer exists.
But it's also...
Planned Parenthood no longer exists under
and
this
that's
model.
what I was going to say.
Under this model. You understand that?
I got you. And now I'm starting to understand what you're saying because... And I know people always say this. If you close all the Planned Parenthoods, there's going to be so many back alley abortions.
Good.
I disagree.
I disagree too.
I don't think there will be.
But good. Go ahead. Try that. I love that for you.
Because
cool.
That's going to be... seriously, if a woman is going to go to that length... That's going to take a lot for her to get there.
Right.
As opposed to just walking into a clinic and
100%.
saying, here I am, hook me up, do this, do that.
And them pushing you to do it.
Correct. So I think that just the closing of those places alone. Is going to minimize abortions by 90%.
Right.
At least, if not more so.
Or make it towards only the extreme rich can have them.
Yeah, or that. Right. Where you get. Do
you see what I'm saying?
Yeah, you get the
see where I'm coming from
underground.
now?
Yeah, for sure.
Where I'm coming from now.
Go back to the prohibition thing.
Right.
You'd have underground abortion doctors that for a price we can provide this for you.
But
But even then, it's going to be way less.
The free drug aspect of it, right? I think it's more damaging to. I've been to Europe multiple times, and I've been to other places like Thailand and Japan, and over in Asia and some other spots. Been in Australia. I've been to a lot of different places.
Yeah.
But Europe in particular, there are certain things, especially when you visit Amsterdam, and you start to realize that like the way that they handle drugs and the way that we handle drugs are completely different things, and they don't have the drug problems we do.
Right.
Right. Understand that we're a higher market value.
Sure.
When it comes to like cartels and that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
100%. But what we should not be doing is giving them clean needles. And what we should not be doing is let them, dude. It's the same principle I have. Like, look, if that's the fruit of the tree you want to eat and you want to keep dying, that's on you.
Right.
But we're not going to create an avenue, a path to where we help you do it anymore. Because that's not the money. That's not the thing. We're not paying taxes for that.
Yeah.
I'm not paying taxes for people to have abortions. I'm not paying taxes for people to get free drugs.
So that would be the benefit. Okay, so
you see on the other, there's the other side of it.
Yeah. So
they're killing their access to it. If you want to do it, feel free, have at it.
Okay.
But you're going to have to pay to get it.
So the last episode I did, the woman I had on had said the same kind of thing, that she thinks all drugs should be legal. And the question I asked was, and I'll ask you the same question, but I think I kind of know based on what you just said. But so if we made all drugs legal, what would be the benefit of that? Like, how would that make us a better society, a better country, a better, how would that make things better for us in the long run? And are you saying more the taxes thing would be a big part of that? Because then we would no longer be funding these war on drugs and that kind of stuff?
That's a big portion of it.
Okay.
Yes, that is true. I think that the mystique of doing something that's bad causes people to do it.
Well, that's true.
Right?
We know that's human.
There's that.
That's human nature.
Human nature, right?
That's why Adam and Eve ate from the tree, because he said not to. If God would have never said anything about that tree, they probably would have never even. It wouldn't have been tempting, right?
Right.
The forbidden is tempting to us. Yeah.
Now, I want to preface this before I continue to talk. I 100% believe that a household should be teaching their children and raising their children in the way that they would want them to go, and keeping that aspect. If your kids are out in society and they are not well equipped to understand what right and wrong is, that's your fault. It's not the government's. It's not the social. Because I'm stripping everything away from my point of view.
Sure.
Like everything away.
Yeah.
Right. Like just border to the idea of making sure that everyone is homeschooling.
Yeah.
Like I'm stripping everything away.
Yeah. It's like the smallest government presence possible.
Possible.
Okay. Yeah.
That's where I live. That's where I want to live.
Yeah.
Taxes should only pay for your safety on a government from country to country scale, and for protecting your property, and that is it. Literally it, and making sure that like no one's killing other people.
Yeah,
that's literally it to me. This whole we need to pass laws so that we can have more freedom of speeches in the LGBT. That's such crap. It's all under the First Amendment. You have the right. What can they do that we can't do? Nothing. Right? Oh. We need to have this laws for. We need to start passing laws so that way here's the one that just went through last night, that if you're an illegal immigrant, you can get a $150,000 grant from our state, the state of California, to start purchasing a home. I've been doing stuff my whole life.
Yeah.
To pay into the system.
Right.
I think it's bullcrap both ways. I shouldn't get something for free, neither should they.
Right.
So my idea is to, strip everything away. And if those things still remain and they need it that badly, well, they're going to have to work to get it. Mm-hmm. And that's my view.
Okay. And ultimately, that would probably make for people as a whole to be better people.
That's my utopian idea, right? Mm-hmm. The problem is if you go trying to institute something like that now, there's going to be a whole lot of a mess before. And that means take it into Trump, right? So Trump's trying to change stuff, and the reason why people don't like him is because he's trying to change something. But, this guy comes along and tries to change something, right or wrong, whether you like it or not, he's doing something different.
Right. Which they've been asking for.
Which everyone is complaining about.
Right.
And now that someone does it, just because he's not doing it your way,
right?
It's like the whole it's not. I sang a wedding song and you didn't dance, and I sang a dirge and you didn't mourn. Mm. You know what I mean? It's not that it's this song or that song. The problem is it's not your song,
right?
And going back to the social aspect is everyone has a significance monster in their life that they think needs to be handled. Yeah. Well, I want to literally level the playing field. Everyone's equal. It doesn't matter what you want to dress like a furry and an animal in your own time. Right. Have at it. Yeah, weirdo.
That's the way I'm at. Yeah, exactly.
Have at it. Feel free.
Right.
But there's no law saying you can't do that.
Sure.
And so don't sit here and say that you feel like you're being oppressed.
Right.
Because I'm trying to get rid of all the oppression.
But there's also no law that says you have to treat them like an animal.
Boom.
Right? So that goes both ways.
You see what I'm saying? Because the laws that are being passed at this point are only social constructs. It's always social justice. Well, if justice is an attribute of God, and you're going to put social in front of that, what's next? Mm-hmm. Are we going to have social love?
Yeah.
Social mercy?
Like the 60s.
Social grace?
Yeah.
Only the ones that are deemed socially acceptable are the ones that are worth living?
Yeah.
What about that?
Yeah, I'd be screwed,
And it starts with the abortion. We'd both be screwed, dude. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
We'd both be screwed.
Right.
And so, my idea about how I would view, and one reason why I'd like to get into politics is because I don't want to deal with the nuances of the bullcrap, basically. Mm-hmm. Yeah. And I want to be real with it. Like, though there's an actual situation, people are being hurt. We're supposed to be serving the people.
Right.
Going over to Thailand and seeing how they serve one another, they're not dealing with this.
Yeah.
They're living in a dictator state with monks that are running the country. Monks run their government.
That's cool.
It's not, by any means. The monks are the ones that are running all the prostitution rings over there. These Buddhist monks.
Yeah. Oh, really?
Yep.
Oh, see, when I said that was cool, I was thinking like good monks.
There are no good monks over there.
There's no good monks. That's good. That's a statement no one's ever said on the show before.
No good monks.
There are no good monks over there.
No. So, all right, dude, I'm going to get into this. We're going to not switch it, but we have time.
Yeah. This will wrap it up. Bring us home.
So when I was over in Thailand, dude, I ran into this girl. Her name was Naming.
Naming? Like Yamin?
Yeah, but
Okay. Naming. Okay, gotcha.
Right?
Gotcha.
Her mom was in the sex trade. She was a prostitute over in Pattaya, right? And basically, the sex clubs that are over there, it's supposed to be illegal. Right. My air quotes in the air, right?
Yeah.
Illegal.
Yeah.
But the monks are going into these clubs and getting subsidy kickbacks and then they're the ones that turn a blind eye. On a social level, this place is acceptable. It's got the mark of the monk on it, or the monk of the church, the Buddhist church on it. And so, if one of those girls gets married, this is what I learned when I was over there. One of those girls gets pregnant, which is really likely because they're having sex with a bunch of different dudes,
right? And
not always protected, right? Gets pregnant, well, they have the baby, and in order to get because the Buddhism in Thailand is a lot like Hinduism still. It's like right in the middle of the two.
Yeah.
When they split, so there's a billion gods that they have to try and appease. Number one, and the monks have all the power to appease them. Number two, right? So in order to give back, they will have their baby and then hand them over to the monks.
The monks raise the baby.
The monks raise the baby until about 3 or 4. And then they turn around and put that baby into sex trading and trafficking of the houses that are behind the sex clubs that they also run. Well, this girl Naming was one of those girls, and that's how I know this is happening.
Right.
And I saw hundreds of kids over there that were being sex trafficked from early ages that were being saved by the right. So she was being sex trafficked from the age of 4 to the age of 13, right? Mm-hmm. And one day, a couple of Westerners were. She was telling me the story, and she got beat up pretty bad. So much so that she was no longer sellable.
Like nobody wanted her anymore for that.
She was too ugly.
Okay.
And it would have taken too long for her to physically recover for them to pay for her. So they threw her to the street.
This is the girl you're talking to personally.
Personally.
Wow.
And so she's now beat up, jacked up, and in Thailand, if you have no status, you have no health care. Right?
Yeah.
So she couldn't go to a hospital. And now she's just crawling on the streets of Pattaya. And so she's on the streets of Pattaya, and she ends up falling to her knees and just going to die on the side of the road. Right? And then Jean, remember I told you Tom and Jean,
Yeah.
the church, that she sees her from away, goes and picks her up, nurses her back into health. Right? They raise her, they move her with her out to Udantani, where Tom is from, raise her in the church for 5 years, and she's amazing. She's beautiful. She's gorgeous. She's a sparkling image of what it means to be blessed and saved. She doesn't hold any of those things of what happened. That anyone has a right to be angry at the world.
Yeah.
It would be her. But the love of God is so in it.
Yeah.
The love of God is so in it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And these monks are running everything. Well, if we think that we're living any different than that, we're really not. It's just different.
Right.
Is it we're not being sex trafficked like that?
We might be.
But in a way, we're being trafficked tax-wise.
Right.
And so to see things on a global scale, like there are forces that really are trying to like break things down. And the more laws that they pass to protect themselves, the worse it gets.
Yeah.
And that's just the truth. And I don't understand how they teach today that laws are everything. Like government itself is its own God.
Right.
Well, I mean, that's what happens, and you end up having the monk situation when it gets to its fullest core.
Yeah, but I don't know, man. I guess I look at that like, yeah, the monks are in charge and they have laws and the way they do. But I look at the things they're doing with their laws are evil.
100%.
To where I think a law that says you can't murder people is good.
Well,
That's
it depends on who you are. That's what I'm saying. When you start putting social in front of the idea,
absolutely.
But that's where we're headed.
Right.
If we don't start doing something about it, we're headed to that monk aspect.
But see, I would say that I think that the problem with our laws in this country is that we're not enforcing them. That's my issue. We have all these laws in the books. We have, you can't do this, can't do that. But then they do these things and they get out in 2 days. Like if the laws were,
100%.
You know what I'm saying? Like if there was more harsher punishments.
Again, but it's the word social put in front of that, that aspect.
Yeah.
You and I commit those things, we're in jail.
Right.
Do you see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But if we were immigrants doing it, right?
Yeah.
Or if there was a person of, I'm not trying to sound racist at all, but if there's a person of color situation,
right,
and the jails are overcrowded to begin with,
right.
You see what I'm saying?
Well, that's what I mean by leniency.
Yeah.
And that's why it irritates me so much when I see a 4 or 5 time offender that's been released again and then kills somebody.
Right.
It's like, dude, and they say, oh, well, he had mental health. Right, then don't let him on the streets because now this family doesn't have their daughter anymore.
Right.
She was brutally raped and murdered because you let that guy out of prison for whatever your reasons are. He's obviously not mentally well. You just said that yourself.
Right.
So why are you letting him out? You know, I'm not saying he should be in jail per se, but put him in get him some help. But don't let him walk the streets.
Well, see, that goes back to the other thing that we were kind of discussing about earlier, right? So, like, if you look back at like the crazy people that were in the Bible, right, 100%,
yeah,
they were exiled from society. They weren't allowed to live inside the societal aspects. Think about the old man, the guy that cut himself at the tombs. He didn't live in society.
That's a gnarly story, dude.
But he didn't live in society.
No,
society didn't allow that.
No, they excommunicated him from them.
But it's not like there was.
How could you let him there?
Right.
But we do it. That's your point, right?
Yeah.
I mean, we do it. We just, but they say, well, you can't treat them like lower class. I'm not saying we should walk by and kill them or kick them in the face or treat them, but get them help.
Right.
And keep them off areas where they can hurt other people.
And so to go back with that's one of the few conflicting things about my political point of view that's kind of hard because if I'm talking about stripping everything down, then where's the money to do that for those people? Because that's got to come from somewhere.
Right.
So I would put that under the actual police force action. And I know that sounds really Gestapo-y when I say that, but it would be part of that budget.
You mean the police would keep people like that off the streets?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm not, mind you, I'm the only one in this room right now who's been to prison, and this is how I think. Because, I understand, dude, like, what I was doing was dirty.
Sure.
And I don't care what anyone says, dude. Like, when you're in it, you know it, and you know you're doing wrong. And now they're trying to find ways to, like, not me, because these millennials on the 13th place ribbons.
Yeah.
It's not me, it's because of the way I was raised. I didn't have a father in my home, or whatever stupid excuse that they have.
Yeah, all of that might be true, but that's not an excuse for you.
I owned it. When I did something, you know what happened last time I got arrested? You got me.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't resist. I didn't fight. Mm-hmm. No, I've been doing dirt, man.
Right.
And I knew I was doing dirt.
Yeah.
You guys picked me up. About time you did. It's been 5 years.
Yeah, you're like, I'm surprised it took you this long.
Yeah. You guys suck.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah. Do better.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
You know what I mean? Like, that's kind of where it's at. Like, hospitals and that kind of stuff. Stripped around. Now, Andrew Yang had this idea of everybody should have like $1,000 given to them, and all social programs should just be gone.
Yeah.
And like, if you're an adult and you get $1,000, so if you have how many adults living in your house right now? So you have 2, right? Or you have 3?
I have 3.
3.
4, technically.
4. Okay.
If you count me and Bethany, then my Aiden and Addie are both.
Okay, so I didn't know if Addie was.
Yeah, she just turned 18.
Okay, so so you take that. So at 4, you'd have $4,000 rolling into your house just from structural aspect. That's what Andy Yang. But you get no more help. You get no more benefits anywhere else.
Is that on a monthly?
That's all monthly.
Okay. Wow.
That's what he proposed.
Okay.
And it would save the government a crap ton of money.
Yeah.
And that's what he proposed, and they just killed him.
Yeah.
That's when Tulsi Gabbard was also running. It was the same year.
Yeah, I remember Andrew Yang. I remember him.
I like that proposal. I was like, dude, if we're going to have a social program, like, I don't want to, if healthcare is not something I can get anymore, screw that. If you give me $1,000 a month, though. Yeah. That changes everyone's life, especially because I have 2 adults in my house, right? And that pays for my mortgage. Right. Now, the money that I make, now you're going to start to see a social aspect, because those who are on drugs are going to do it with what? Yeah. And now the society will start to split where the middle class will actually start to flourish, because the middle class are the ones doing most of the work. Yeah. And they're ones willing to put in the work. And so that's why I think stripping stuff down needs to happen. No, maybe not to the extreme that I would like it, but it does need to get stripped down.
I feel like extremes are, they're extreme, but sometimes that's what needs to happen, and then it'll be really hard at first. Right. But in the big picture, in the long run, it's going to be better.
Well, and I think just shifting the goalpost.
Yeah.
And like, if I'm looking for a yard, and I'm hoping to get half a yard, but I keep asking for the full yard, and I get 3, and I get 2 feet. Mm-hmm. That's more than what I was hoping to get in the first place. Right. That's kind of how I operate. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I'm not looking to get the whole thing. If I get the whole thing, I understand I'm not asking for an extreme. Right. You know what I mean? Right. But I'm looking to get the extreme, and if we end up getting more than what we really wanted in the first place, we're stoked. Yeah. 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 But it has to be with the right headspace. Right. Yeah. Anyway. Yeah. Cool, man. We should do more of these. These are fun. These are fun. We should just do this like once a year and just say, hey, what's going on with Sabin? Let's talk about stuff. Oh, yeah. I'm down for it. I'm down for it. Cool, man. You think this was different than last time? Oh, yeah. We talked about a lot of different stuff. Yeah. And it wasn't structured in the sense, it's never structured. I always tell I pride myself on that. What's the structure of your podcast? I got 3 main topics that we get into, but where we go is just wherever we go, But yeah, I feel like this time we just kind of, this is like we had a 3-hour lunch. Yeah. And we're just talking, so it's kind of cool. So cool. Thanks, man. Thank you so much for checking out another episode of the Why Can't We Talk About That podcast. Please let me know what you think by sending an email to whycan'twetalkaboutthat@proton.me. Thanks.